All right, now it's working.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys, technical difficulties. Is anybody out there? Just shift.
Oh. Uh-oh.
Now look what you've done.
Can y'all see and hear us?
Masters Maniac is there. Ready for a good old-fashioned spook. I was looking forward to this since Wednesday.
Yay,
Really?
since Wednesday.
Oh, my.
Wow.
John is in there. Brandon, Kentucky. Happy Sam Hain. Oh, don't you start. Robert Wilson.
Can they hear us, though?
I don't know if anyone can hear us yet. Can you hear us? Is the microphone working? There's links. Or are we talking to ourselves? Which is not outside the realm of possibility.
Oh, let me see.
Power
Links.
off.
All right. Links says yes.
Okay. So, okay, looking and sounding good. Okay, so
Okay.
everybody could
So
hear
you
us.
can turn that back
Okay,
on.
so I can turn this back on.
Here we are. Here we are, and here we go.
Power on.
And yeah,
The Bluetooth device is ready to pair.
this is how
The Bluetooth device is connected successfully.
you can hear Mr. Bluetooth also. Socrates. Yes, hello, you guys. Happy Halloween. Yes, indeed. This is how we spend our Halloween. Hiding.
With all of the lights off.
There's Zomb. Well, the lights are on in here, but there's no wind.
Yeah.
So
the lights are off. Upstairs.
Not that anyone's going to come by.
You don't know that.
No one came last year. No one came last year. Melody, Happy Pumpkins and Bats Day. That's one way to put it. Smashing pumpkins.
Yeah.
Hey, pumpkin season. You got to get all that pumpkin flavor into everything. Treehouse of Horror. I remember Treehouse of Horror. Simpsons, right?
Yeah,
There's
Simpsons did the Treehouse
Joseph
of Horror.
Grundy. Hello and happy Sunday from Chi-Town.
Chicago.
Oh, we're the best couple on YouTube.
Hey, thank you. William Randall. Hey,
is Punisher X.
Tuned in, love your channel.
You made it early.
Yeah, he
made it early.
Late. And Robert, just a fan, got my Blu-ray Creature Walks Among Us. I feel bad for the creature. Seen the movie? I never seen that movie.
No, I don't think so. I'll be in bed by the time the monsters hit. Work at 4 a.m.
Ooh,
oh, okay.
I remember.
Are we allowed to eat candy? Absolutely. Knock yourselves out.
Eat candy,
eat popcorn,
dinner,
pizza.
You want to eat, dude.
I just ate. She made me burritos, and she made there was like a log. They were like gigantic. Oh my goodness, they're good though. She's a good cook. But yeah, eat whatever you would like. Pizza, popcorn,
cereal,
peanuts. Yeah, a nice bowl of like kitty breakfast cereal. A big old bowl of Captain Crunch.
Yeah.
There's Paul Robotnik.
Hey, Paul.
How's it going? As people are starting to show up here. Let me see. Melody, I got Reese's. Peanut butter cups or pieces. And there's Bob Gambit.
Hey, Bob.
Three Musketeers.
Ooh,
everybody's got the candy. See, you buy the candy for yourselves. You're not trying to give it away. What's wrong with you people? You got a nice Mr. Bluetooth in Mexico. We got a terrible pronouncing and obviously angry Chinese lady with the most bone-shaking voice I've ever heard. Really?
Melody got the Reese's Cups.
Reese's Cups. Okay. Yeah. You know they got the cups with the pieces in them now, I think.
Yeah, they come with the pieces in them.
I don't know if that sounds right though, because then you get this cross texture because you're chewing. You get that crunch mixed in with it. It's an unacquired taste.
I guess.
Robert's just a fan. Creature Black Lagoon gets operated to breathe but can't go back in the water or he'll drown. Okay.
Really? I never seen Creature from the Black Lagoon.
Oh, Socrates says, made my wife her favorite dinner tonight. Burgers and gravy, green beans, and mashed taters.
Ooh, mashed potatoes. I love mashed potatoes.
She makes some really fantastic mashed potatoes, actually. Robert's just a fan. Is that the basement from last week? Hope you had a great week. We're in a different location. We move it around.
Yeah, we're in a basement, but we move around the basement so you can see different parts of it.
Yeah, and John says I gave candy to my mother and my neighbor. Are they young enough? Aren't they a little too old to be trick-or-treating at your door? And Eric Peter, happy Halloween to my favorite couple on YouTube.
Hey, Eric.
We keep getting that. We must be popular.
Popular amongst our fans.
Popular. And buckle yourselves in, kids, because we are going to, here in a minute, if this works properly, we are going to run another trivia contest. Another trivia contest. Not gonna.
Socrates said, "Do you remember
I remember
bars?"
Zagnut.
I don't remember that.
You remember the Zero Bar?
I remember Zero Bar, but I never ate it.
Or the Reggie Bar? Who had
George Robinson is his first time with
Oh.
you live. Love, like your shows. Thank you. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for joining us.
No, I never had the Zero Bar. I know the Zero Bar, but I
Mhm.
never had it, and I never heard
Yeah.
of Zagnuts.
Yeah, and let me see. Link, are there kids already going trick or treating? We haven't seen any.
No. So
Let's see.
I don't know. They didn't come around last year.
Oh, Robert is looking forward to the Pertwee review.
Ooh.
There's a lot of pros and a lot of cons. I've already filmed it, and I'm probably going to put it up tomorrow morning.
Okay.
But yeah, there's really fantastic sculpting, a lot of detail to the costuming, but there were problems. That filming actually ended up being in half an hour long because because of the difficulty I was having.
Oh wow.
Which doesn't surprise me. Big Chief, I mean, they throw you some curveballs.
Hey, John McJunkin.
John McJunkin. Happy Halloween, everyone. Indeed. Oh, somebody asked if you got anything new. Did you get anything?
Mm-mm.
Well, you got some strawberry shortcake stuff. Did you already pack it away?
Yeah,
I got put it away.
I got strawberry shortcake, and nobody interested in that. But
it's iconic though, and it's the original boxed ones.
Yeah, so that's all I've gotten. I haven't gotten anything in a while, actually. I kind of laid back a little bit from buying stuff. So
yeah,
but I did get some strawberry shortcake. And I'm liking that. So I'm on that bandwagon. I'm watching Shock right now. Old black and white. I think.
Mm-hmm. Who remembers an unrealized attempt at a horror genre in the 80s called Shocker? One film only. They set it up for sequels, and it never came about. Who remembers Shocker? Oh, Zom says we're getting the Frankenberry Count Chocula Jada figures.
Oh,
I like them.
I like those.
I like those. I think they're pretty cool. But yeah, those are decent. I haven't ordered them myself. There's Donald Layton.
Good evening. Hope you all have a great weekend so far. We have.
Yeah, we're having a good weekend. Any weekend we're together, we're having a good one.
Yeah. Oh, David picked up a Doughboy figure. Wow, from 1971 at a pawn shop. Little dirty, but I cleaned it up. Good for you.
Pillsbury Doughboy, looser packaged.
I went out of town on Wednesday. Check out some comic and anime shops in
McAllen, Texas. Okay, cool.
Oh, the strongman competition is outside of Austin going on right now.
We watched that.
We've been watching it over the weekend. Well, they're having the whole Rogue International. They got CrossFit going on and the strongman competition going on. But we only watched the strongman. I have watched the CrossFit before, and I do like it, but I rather watch the strongman.
Yeah.
Punisher says Shocker was a good movie.
Yeah, some people remember that. Shocker. There you go.
I do. Wes Craven, right? Bridge, where'd you get those? All I can find is strawberry. I can't find a strawberry shortcake to save my life.
But keep in mind also there's several waves. There's the first and a second boxed wave, and then there's the party wave. It's like party dress uniform outfits that they have on.
Yeah.
There's a slumber party wave where they actually are in a little bed in the package. And then there's a dancing version.
Yeah.
There's a packaged dancing version. So they made packaged versions.
Yeah, and then they re-released them in Brazil in 2017, and then they did another massive re-release in I think 2019. But I got the 1980 and the 1982 versions, and you can find them on eBay. So I look on eBay, Mercari, Etsy has a lot, and on Facebook Marketplace. So those are some places that I find it. Socrates said he bought it loose for $5 at a shop.
Okay, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
And that's classic, and it's really vintage. I mean, they made them between 71 and 74.
Yeah.
And then they reissued them in like 1990, I'll say, something like that, like a 20-year anniversary kind of thing. And there's Kaiser Kaiju.
Hey, Kaiser.
Hey, Kaiser, how you doing?
And John says, what are your thoughts on the Addams Family? I never
wait till
cared
it
for the
comes out.
Oh,
He
he's
means
talking about the
the
movie?
remake, yeah. The original one was fun. It was okay. And they've tried to bring it back a few times.
Mhm.
They had a couple of cartoon versions, and then of course there was the two films that were done in the 90s. Raul Julia, wasn't it, who played Adams? And that actually wasn't a bad rendition, because usually when they go from a TV show to a movie, they blow it.
Yeah.
And that's one of the few times they didn't really blow it. As far as a new one, I don't know if they can do anything but win it.
Well, that's the one Rob Zombie's doing, right? Is it the Addams Family or the Monsters?
Whichever
he's doing
one
of them.
he's doing the Monsters, and he'll ruin it. He's going to destroy it. He's going to ruin it.
You don't know.
They're going to be serial killers. They're going to eat babies.
But it was originally a comedy, so I don't understand what he's going to do. Is he going to leave it as a comedy, or is he going to make it a dark horror film?
Yeah, Robert says that Raul Julia was good in pretty much everything that he did.
Oh,
he loved those roles. Who remembers him as Vega in the Street Fighter movie with Van Damme? Live action Street Fighter. Goofy movie, but Raul Julia killed it as Vega. He was loving that part. You can, if an actor really loves a part, you can feel it, and even if the movie's not good, you appreciate their performance, you know.
John was saying he's talking about the original sitcom in the Addams Family in the 90s movie. I never saw I seen the
and there's Umi Kaboom.
Hey Umi. I've seen the original sitcom, but never the movie. And for me, it was just okay. I never really cared for it all that much.
Yeah, Melody is like they're remaking the Addams Family. Yes, they are making another crack at the Addams Family.
Yeah.
And people are saying that basically Rob Zombie destroys everything that he touches.
Yeah.
He shoehorns his wife in there too. It was like, oh, get my wife a job. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
But then she's only in his stuff, so but I don't know. She might be in other stuff. I don't know.
It's true. Socrates said they made the Banana Splits into a horror film. I never saw that, and I don't want to. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see that.
Monsters movie by Rob Zombie. I've seen the pictures my brother showed me. Okay. I agree with David about Rob Zombie movies. His last role, I heard, did it for his son. Okay, I lost track of what we're talking about. He was sick by then, I believe. Okay. So they made the Bananas. Okay, horror movie. Okay, we caught up.
Fabio's in there.
Hey, Fabio.
All right, Kaiser Kaiju. Let's try this again. Are you watching? Who is this?
You showed him that already.
Yeah, but he didn't know who it was.
He guessed it later on.
No, he didn't.
He did.
He didn't. Who is that, Kaiser Kaiju? Who is this?
Oh, this time.
I hope he does. I hope he remembers. And John says Christina Ricci was good as Wednesday Addams in the Adam Family movie. And what is his name from Taxi and from Christopher Lloyd? Christopher Lloyd was in it too. He played Uncle Fester.
Oh, okay.
And that he usually does pretty good in his characterizations too. He plays some weird characters. Because he started off he was in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Was he?
Yeah,
that was a good movie.
With Danny DeVito, and they both went to Taxi from that. They must have the same agent. You see that sometimes, two people in a film together, and because there's a couple of people who were in Wagons East with John Candy that got the part together and ended up on Star Trek Voyager together also. I wonder about that. People have the same agents or not. But yeah, he went from Taxi to this really crappy Western comedy on ABC for like a season, and then started doing films. But he killed it. He killed it in his career with films. He did really well with films. Christopher Lloyd.
John McJunkin says tonight his family is going to watch Young Frankenstein, Little Shop of Horrors, and Ghostbusters. Young Frankenstein was good.
Which Little Shop of Horrors? The original, or the because there's a 50s a 90s version, and then I think a modern version too, right? But I don't think the modern version's very good.
The 50s one is with Jack Nicholson. He was only in there for like a minute.
Yeah, he was in the dentist's office.
Yeah, trying to get his tooth pulled. There's a YouTube channel called Adult Wednesday from Adam's Family. Been watching, actually pretty good. Okay. Still like the old Abbott and Costello monster movies.
Yeah, I like Abbott and Costello, actually. Let me see. Gub Dig Lloyd was in Roger Rabbit. Yeah, that's right. He was the villains. He was the villain in Roger Rabbit. He was also. Here's a connection for you you might not have made, because most people know him from Back to the Future.
Who?
Christopher Lloyd as the professor.
Oh.
But he was also the lead villain in Star Trek 3, The Search for Spock. And because he was the Klingon, right? Who remembers that? And when they took over his ship, that's the ship they time traveled in to end up in the fourth film, Star Trek 4. It was an Easter egg because they time traveled in Christopher Lloyd's ship. Get it?
You're the only person that put that together.
See, Kaiser says you said it before. I don't know who it was. That's okay. That's okay.
I thought he got it the last time.
No, this is, who knows? Nobody knows. This is Icarus. Icarus from Ultraman. This is I think the 1984 version. Yeah, it's the 1984 version of Icarus.
Brandon says Pumpkinhead. Anyone? I saw Pumpkinhead.
I don't remember that.
Right after it came out in the 80s. And Robert said, "Did you see the Bela Lugosi Dracula 1/6 figure? It looks good."
Yeah, I have seen some pictures of it. Yeah. And yeah, John remembers that Star Trek movie. John McJunkin says the Steve Martin, Bill Murray, John Candy, Rick Moranis version, the 80s version. Yeah, that was a good one.
I've only seen bits of the 60s Ultraman.
Oh, okay. That's all right.
A knife from Ultraman.
Master Maniacs has that. The real knife or a toy?
Did you know the wanted Eddie Murphy for Star Trek?
No, I didn't know that. He'd have done better for himself if he got into real acting and got away from the comedy. And he had an opportunity to do that with Beverly Hills Cop because it could transition him from comedic acting to real acting since it was a dramatic comedy. And he would take any script that was thrown at him. That's really caused him a lot of headaches in his career because he's done a lot of bad films. He's done some decent ones. He's done some great films, but he's also done a lot of dogs. And that's because, like I said, he'll take any script. Some people in Hollywood have that problem. And Sean Connery is actually guilty of that.
Yeah.
Sean Connery, and that was his biggest regret. That's why he retired, actually, because he turned down the role of Gandalf in Lord of the Rings, which ended up being 6 films for that actor, because his character played in the prequels as well for League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, which was a terrible film.
Oh, was it?
And after that, he was like, I admit it, I just can't pick him. And he retired, never acted again.
Socrates T says, "Do you remember Garfield Halloween?" I remember that. I miss seeing, and we talked about that on that Halloween remembrance talk we did, how during holiday seasons in the 70s and 80s, they always had a cartoon to go with the holiday or some kind of TV special to go with the holiday. Now they don't. You rarely get a cartoon for anything. And they don't really have specials anymore. Even the sitcoms or the TV shows that are on, they don't really have a special for the holiday.
Oh, there's Mr. Nightlore?
Yeah,
Mr. Nightlore. How you doing? They don't want to hurt people's feelings. They don't want to hurt your feelings.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, he did do the voice of Donkey in Shrek.
Yeah, he was good as Donkey.
Yeah, he was okay as Donkey.
Yeah, I thought he was pretty funny there, and I thought he was real good in Life. He played in Life. You saw parts of it. I seen that he was was with Martin Lawrence, and I'm not a fan of Martin Lawrence at all.
Oh, anything with Martin Lawrence in it, I'm ready to just shut it off because he is like the most annoying person.
Yeah, I don't think he's a good actor. I don't think he's funny at all. But when he teamed up with Eddie Murphy in Life, I thought he was really funny. And I think Eddie Murphy helped bring it out. And it had some other comedians in there. And I think all of that helped bring him up. Martin Lawrence, that is.
Medley asked what our favorite candy is. Because it's Halloween.
I like Butterfinger, but I don't.
We're not huge candy eaters.
No,
actually,
and I don't eat candy too much because I'm afraid to. I'm telling you, my teeth are gonna fall out.
She's got good teeth.
Yeah, I got good teeth, and I want to keep them.
You know what I could go for? A Charleston Chew. I don't think I've had a Charleston. I don't think I've had a Charleston Chew since the 90s.
I like Tootsie Rolls.
Yeah, I like Tootsie Rolls.
I love Tootsie
Classic
Rolls,
Tootsie Rolls
and candy corn, and I love Butterfinger. And if I could eat those every day, I would. But I don't. I rarely ever eat it. But those are my favorite candy.
John McJunkin says Eddie Murphy was originally sought after for the Ghostbusters movie,
Really?
but Bill Murray was not willing to work with Murphy because it was rumored that he thought Eddie would have upstaged him. And to make that even more complicated, you know, I know a little bit more about that. Because Bill Murray's part was supposed to be for John Belushi.
Oh, really?
And you want to talk about getting upstaged?
Hey,
Stone Sour's there.
Halloween, the original.
At the theater.
Oh, in the theater.
Excellent.
So you in the theater watching the movie and us at the same time?
No, I guess he's going to go there later.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it was supposed to be because when he died and they called, because I saw an interview with, oh God, what is his name? With Dan Aykroyd. And Dan Aykroyd says, I was actually writing the parts, and I was writing the part for his character when they called me and told me that he was dead. And I'm like, oh my God, what am I going to do? And Bill Murray ended up with that part. Could you imagine if John Belushi and Eddie Murphy were in there instead of Spangler and, or not Spangler, he would have been Winston. Winston and Bill Murray. And you, like I said, you want to talk about getting upstaged because, you know, that was what John Belushi was famous for. He would, when he used to do comedy performances on stage before Saturday Night Live picked him up, he would upstage everybody. He'd come out on everybody's parts. They hated working with him. They hated working with John Belushi because he would come out and he wasn't even supposed to be on.
Oh, wow.
And he'd screw people up all the time.
Well,
Kaiser says to do the Monster Mash. I don't know that dance.
I don't know that dance either.
Yeah, Medley likes Charleston Chews. Yeah, people used to freeze them. That's right. And they came in 3 flavors. You had the vanilla, the strawberry, and the chocolate filling. And Charleston Chew used to give away Marvel comic books.
Did they?
Yeah, you could send wrappers away for a Marvel comic, but it was specific to Charleston Chew. I have a couple of them upstairs, I think, because like Wolverine, it was a flip book. One side would and one half of the book would be Spider-Man, and then you turn it up, and then the other side was Wolverine's story halfway through, and it said Charleston Chew presents on the front of the book.
Robert says he can't wait for the 1/6 Prince figure. Who's making that?
Nobody, but that's what after that 1/6 PCS statue, they were like, hey, they could totally do that as a 6 scale figure.
Yeah,
and that people would like to see that.
I would like to see it because I'm a big Prince fan, and I think it looks good. You know, the way PCS did it, but I would rather an action figure instead of a statue. But yeah, that figure looks good. Yeah, it's a statue. It's not a figure.
Yeah, it is a statue. And I think it's in what the hell did they make it out of? Polystone, right? Yeah, polystone. Yes, Charleston Chew is a candy, and it's just it's a long bar like this, and it's got a chocolate coating and like a nougat center, and it's flavored like it'll be vanilla or chocolate. And they used to make a strawberry one too. And before that, who remembers the original Charleston Chew that was shaped like a chain? It looked like a link of chains with a hole in the center, and it was longer, and that was in the 70s, and then they compressed it down into a bar. And Grubdig said actual comic books like the shape of a paperback. If I get a chance, I'll run and grab one real quick and show it to you guys if you've never seen a Charleston Chew Marvel comic. Because I do have, I think I have a few set now because I was going to press one.
Oh, John F says,
Hunter
do you
Mars
remember?
says, cool.
John F says, do you remember World's Finest Superheroes comic book?
DC Comics. World's Finest. And Brave and the Bold. And all of those other titles that DC used to do.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Robert's just a fan. I want a Mel Gibson figure. I don't know if they ever made a 6-scale Mel Gibson.
The only one who wanted the Eddie Murphy on Ghostbusters was Dan Aykroyd, as they had already worked together well in the movie Trading Places.
Yeah, and Trading Places was a good film.
Remained good friends ever since. Yeah, Trading Places was a good movie. I saw that.
Oh, was it? Gubdig says, I thought it was Marathon Candy was the chain shape. Maybe I'm mixing them up. Because, like I said, that was in the 70s, and I never saw it in the 80s. I don't think it was.
Socrates says he noticed in Walmart the other day they already have the return of the Jedi Kenner anniversary figures in the clearance aisle.
Some Walmart, G.I. Joe, I mean, not G.I. Joe, who was Origins figures on clearance. $3.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, $3.
If you wanted to get into that and didn't know if you should, you can now.
It's going to be all Skeletor and He-Man, of course,
because
those
like
are the ones they made. They
yeah.
made tons of them. But I mean, yeah, $3. Why not, right? That's how it should be. That's how it should be. That's like the old days. That's like going to KB and seeing half the store with red lines. You remember how they used to do that? You know, they put the red line price tag on stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I loved. Participating Walmarts, because the corporate sends down the order, and it's whether or not that Walmart bothers to get around to marking it down or not.
Yeah, because you go in this area, it's like 4 Walmarts not too far away.
It's 4 Walmarts not too far away from everybody.
And you go into the different ones, and they got different things on sale, different prices for this and that. And you're like, why at this Walmart this is on clearance and this one is still at regular price, or the price is like totally different? It's no order to them. So.
Have you gotten any victims? I mean, trick-or-treaters? Nope. We didn't get any last year either. I haven't seen trick-or-treaters in I don't know how long. Robert says all he has is Target. I'm sorry for you. I feel bad for you, man.
There's no Walmart in your area? God, where do you live?
Yeah, BrolyCon is the 2020 Origins figures on clearance. They've been turning up on clearance at Walmart's for $3.
Oh, funny thing, it was 20 Leia figures that he saw on clearance at Walmart.
Really?
Wow.
Nobody wants Princess Leia.
I guess.
Nobody wants poor Carrie Fisher.
Master Mexico said he just went out to enjoy something another and to participate in some
hang on,
it was awesome. But some of the Skullernauts in your coming parcel. Okay. Walmart is the new 7-Eleven. Walmart sucks. I mean, you go there and it's like the clearance aisle has nothing in there except for like makeup and hair care products. Sometimes it's vitamins. And then the stuff that is on clearance is only marked down like 10 cents. And it has a clearance sticker. And it's like, this is a 10-cent difference. Why is this on clearance? I have Walmart. Target is closer. Oh, okay. Walmart had the Battle Cats. Yeah. At first, when the first Battle Cat came out, you couldn't find it at all. Now they have like a ton of Battle Cats and no Panthers. So David brought something for y'all to look at.
Yeah, so that you can see what I'm talking about, since people think I'm crazy.
Is that the one that came with the candy? Oh, yeah, it is. It says Charleston Chew.
See?
So how you got that with a candy bar?
You collect the wrappers, and I think you needed, I can't remember if it was like 10 wrappers or something, and you send it in, and they send you this, but then you go like that, and now it's a Spider-Man comic. Half the book is Wolverine, half the book is Spider-Man. And if you noticed, that's a Sam Keith cover.
Oh, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
John McJunkin said his wife found on eBay the original Mego action figure of Black Mantis and Aquaman to complete his Mego collection. That's good. At least she helps you to complete your sets, unlike some people.
What's that mean?
You got
Are you picking on me?
No, I'm just saying you got some spouses that don't like their spouse to collect.
And that sounds like a dig. It's like unlike some people, I'm not gonna say who.
No, I'm talking about you see on YouTube people are showing their stuff, and sometimes they'll talk about how their spouse don't agree with them collecting. So then their spouse don't get them anything, or they'll show, well, my spouse got me this for Christmas, and it's something like kind of lame. So
yeah, and I'm glad that you and your wife get along in that area. That's important.
It is. They just come directly from the and it's something you can't buy. Hope you can enjoy that. Okay, that's good. Link's Halloween just facing off, and the company's focus. Yeah, but Christmas is actually they're putting up Christmas decorations a little late this year.
Yeah, Santa's not in his lane.
Because
swerving.
Usually by now you have up all the Christmas decorations in the store and aisles of Christmas stuff. But they just started putting it up this week in the stores around here.
No, John, you didn't cause an argument. We're just playing.
Oh.
I was just teasing her. And Socrates said Burger King did the same thing in the 90s with X-Men mini comics.
Oh, okay.
So did Hostess. Certain Hostess packages had a mini Marvel comic in them. And here's one more for you. This is another Charleston Chew and Sugar Baby and Sugar Daddy.
I used to like Sugar Baby.
Yeah,
and Sugar Daddy.
A mail away also, Avengers. And this one is not a flip book, but it came and you see how perfectly I've kept these too. And they mailed them in a just a plain envelope, and they put a label right on it. And you often find these with a big square dent where the label was pressed, and they're usually crushed and being stuffed into mailboxes.
Oh wow!
But inside this one is a sheet of trading cards, Sugar Babies edition Marvel trading cards.
Oh, that's cool.
See,
they don't do stuff like that anymore.
They don't.
When we were kids, on cereal boxes and on toys, they had the cutaway points so you can mail it in, and then you get stuff back.
That was fun.
But now, on the back of the cereal box, you don't have the games. You don't have, well, I don't think so. You don't have the games. You don't have the prizes inside. You don't have the little thing you fill out and you mail it in. So many points to get this back and that back. That all went away, and it all died like when around the 90s or so.
Yeah, faded away.
2 old geeks is here handing out candy and watching Open by Chance.
Excellent. And while we're on it, I'll show you a couple of other like rare, bizarre versions. Okay. Star Wars X-Wing Squadron. No number, right?
That's
Is
that a book?
This is
just a picture.
This is a comic.
Oh.
And this was a Kellogg's mail away. And through Dark Horse, it was a collaboration with Dark Horse Comics. But when you received it, it came in a clear cello bag with a label affixed to the front. There's almost no surviving copies of this. That's how it arrived. And this is a really good, possible to find. And then the real killer for you like comic buffs, the KB Toy Stores edition of Ghost Rider Hot Pursuit. And KB, as a promotion in 1993 with Toy Biz, because remember, they had tons of Toy Biz figures. On a Saturday, all the KBs were supposed to give away a handful of these, I think, to the first 20 customers who came in. There are no. Look these up on eBay and see if you can find 10 for sale. And there won't be graded.
Mm-hmm.
There's only like 12 that have ever been graded, and I know that because I have all of them.
Hey, Black Knight.
I have every one that's been graded on the CGC census of this comic because I had a whole stack
Mm-hmm.
because I had an unopened box from KB. I had a collection of them that I took from KB when I went in there. No one was around.
Yeah.
And I snatched them. And so they were mine. And every other one that they gave away was destroyed.
Say hey to Black Knight.
Oh, Black Knight is in here.
Yeah.
I missed that.
No, he's right there.
Black Knight 710. How
Yeah.
are you doing? And now people are going to be like, you don't have that many. They don't believe me.
Oh, Master Mexico was saying that he wanted his hair twisted. It's not gonna work. I try to braid David's hair. It doesn't hold. As soon as you finish braiding it, it comes out. But you know, what it is Dark Horse made great covers. My wife has her collection too. Little Kitties, Raggedy Ann. Ooh, I got Raggedy Ann dolls and the Raggedy Ann and Andy Playhouse. I love that. Barbie items and other things too. I help her find things to add to her collection as well. Yeah, me and David do that. I'll buy him things and he buy me stuff for my collection. And I actually like looking for stuff because I'll buy him things that he don't have already to try and start off, try to get him to branch out and get other things for his collection. He buy me stuff that I'm already working on. So, but it is fun going on eBay. I like a lot of box art. So the GI Joes I like picking out because I like getting box art. My thing is, so I try to remember the things are packed up. So that's why I buy a lot of things that I know he don't have. So then if I mess up, I'm not too bad. Oh, he wants to show y'all comic books. They didn't care to know if you have every book.
I've got every one on the CGC census.
Do they still do free comic book day?
Yeah, they do.
Don't they do it like twice a year? Free comic book day? I think it's
Is it
twice
once a year or twice a year?
I think it's twice.
We don't go.
Yeah,
we don't do
went
it.
I went like once. We went out to the comic book shop and got a comic book and did some other things, just walking around and all kinds of stuff.
Now people think I'm crazy.
I do. I thought the Star Wars comic was a theater giveaway during the special edition, says William Randall. Black Knight says, what did he miss so far? You haven't missed anything. We just rambling on. That's what we do. We ramble on. We talk about this and that. We talked about your favorite place, Walmart, and how you can't find nothing when you go there and the prices aren't consistent. I remember they gave out Jedi Luke with cloak when the movie came out. Okay. That is true love, to buy stuff for each other. Yeah, at random. Yeah, and that's what we do. I'll see something and the price is not too bad and it looks like it's in good condition.
Yeah.
I have to be more careful because I don't always read the description or look through the pictures that well.
Yeah, I try to slow her down a little bit.
So I'll see a price and I go, oh, that's a good price. And then I'll get it. And then he'll be like, did you look at the pictures or read the description? And I have to say no. Showing us this and then this. David Eon still claims he has lost his entire collection.
I did. That was many years ago, though. That was many years ago.
Yeah.
Robert's trying to call the cat. No, he can't hear you.
Yeah, he can't hear you.
He cannot
he's
hear
upstairs.
you. He cannot hear you. Hey, I mentioned earlier, who remembers that I mentioned a trivia contest?
Nobody
remembers that.
Mm-mm.
Nobody remembers. We're going to do a trivia contest. Who's down for that? Who's down for another trivia contest? Remember, we did one at least a month ago, right? It was a while back.
It says the video is fading. Is it a lag or something? It looks fine on our end, so I don't know. Favorite places to buy candy or Halloween, like Walmart, Target, and Kmart. Yeah, Family Dollar, Dollar General. They're good places to buy candy too.
Edwin says, "Happy Halloween, passing out candy. Put one in there in their bag and take out 2." You know what you do is you got to palm it. You be like, "Oh, here you go, kid," like that. But there's nothing in there. And then when you take your hand out, you just kind of do like that.
Is anyone else having video audio problems? No, I don't think so.
Gub says his video's fine.
Yeah, so I don't know. But let us know if y'all are having video problems or audio.
No, you're not getting us for a ROM Space Night. You can forget that. I can't even get a ROM Space Night.
Oh, yeah. Question, if you had to leave everything toy-wise, but could only take 3, which ones would it be?
Oh, my God.
I don't know.
I don't know. That's a tough question because there's so much variety and there's so many different things and each thing has like a different meaning. So,
Yeah.
I mean, how could you even choose?
I don't know. You just gotta hope and pray that you're not faced with that.
Melody
with
says
that.
Socrates has to make more coffee before trivia.
Okay.
Lynx wants to know favorite programs to watch movies on TV from you remember then. I guess he's asking favorite
programs
shows.
to watch movies on TV from you remember then.
Oh, only what favorite 3? Yeah. Yeah, John, maybe he says he will leave. Maybe if he just turns it off and turns it back on again.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe it just needs to be refreshed.
Probably.
But yeah, I mean we watch mostly vintage shows anyways.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we watch mainly vintage shows and stuff that we grew up with. Some stuff that we remember that like you know some shows you remember watching, but you don't remember it that well. So we'll try those out, see how we like it, and stuff like that. So, but we mainly watch vintage shows because every time we try to watch something new, it doesn't turn out too well. We'll watch like 1, maybe 2 episodes, and then something weird and wonky goes on. So John McJunkin says his wife is a trivia buff. We're willing to give it a try.
Yeah, we're gonna get that going here in a minute. We got enough people in here, I think.
Yeah.
Incognito says there's sun flares supposed to be hitting Earth and maybe disrupting services.
Oh boy, we're gonna have an EMP and it's gonna knock out the internet for months.
Yeah, Kaiser wants to know if I would run around like Negan for $1,000.
Yeah.
Who's gonna give me $1,000? Nobody's gonna do that. Is Jeff Bezos in here? He's gonna give me $100,000.
Your employer give you $1,000 for doing your work.
Yeah.
Your weekly paycheck. Okay.
Oh yeah, Robert wants to know if you're still doing the Barnabas Collins head sculpt hunt.
Yeah, I'm still doing a hunt. I can't find anybody. I've contacted like 4 or 5 sculptors.
Yeah, they all backed up till doomsday.
Yeah, I had one to say that only one responded and said that he's backed up. And then the other 3 or 4 didn't respond at all. So, I don't know. I guess I kind of gave up a little bit because that was a bummer because you go and at least you can respond and say, no, I don't want to work with you or I'm backed up or something, but you don't respond at all.
No.
So, if I find somebody, I'll find somebody, but I ain't too worried about it.
Yeah.
I remember on Buck Rogers and that Twiggy character was so good. Okay.
Felix Silva.
Who's that?
That was the guy in the Tweaky costume.
Oh, Black Knight said, what cons are we looking forward to?
Oh, what's that next one we're going to?
We're going to Retro Con. I think it's Retro Toy Con or Retro Toy Show, something like that. It's in Greenville, South Carolina. It's in November. I can't remember the date right now, but we're going to that. And it's 2 days? But we're going on Sunday. Whenever
we'll be there on Sunday.
We're going to be there on Sunday.
And it's a big show.
Yeah, we went not last year, but like 2019. And it was fun, and we had some good stuff. And I think you got some things signed when you were there.
Gil Gerard was there.
And that's where we met Pixel Dan and those wrestlers.
Yeah.
Yeah, we met
Pixel Dan.
We met Pixel Dan and we met the wrestlers.
Yeah, the Rock and Roll Express.
Yeah,
And
you got a couple of stuff.
They were supposed to. We were supposed to hook up. They were going to like come here and do an interview, but then COVID kiboshed it.
Yeah, COVID came and screwed everything over. So it'll happen when you least expect it. I know. So, but I am, I haven't looked for a while, but maybe I'll get back on Facebook and Instagram and see who's out there, because I see the people, they show you the sculpt, and then I'll contact them and ask them, hey, can I commission you to do a sculpt for me, a custom sculpt? And I get nowhere. So maybe I'll find somebody.
Robert says that last show we went to looked pretty packed with people. Which one?
The last one we went to was wasn't that Joe Fest? No.
Was it the Joe Fest or the comic show? The comic show was wall to wall.
Yeah, comic show you couldn't even move.
Yeah.
It was so packed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because the last thing I remember going to was the Power Ranger Con, and there was nobody there.
Power Ranger Con, they couldn't even fill the vendor spots.
No. Yeah, we met Pixel Dan, and David talked to him.
Yeah.
You talked to him for a while.
Yeah, for a few minutes. I talked to him for a few minutes. But John is back. There he is.
Yay, John.
So are we ready to get flying here? We ready to get going? It is going to be, and hopefully this is hooked up right. The one that was packed was the one you showed on video. Well, we film most of the shows we go to.
Yeah.
It's going to be these television shows.
Okay.
And I'm going to play like 10 seconds of the song, and you guys try to guess what song it is.
Okay.
All right, we're ready? This is going to work?
I guess you got to play it.
Let's see.
Did you hit play? Oh. Can y'all hear it? I need to turn it up. Keeping your head above water, making a way when you can.
What is it?
Good times, good times, scratching and surviving. Good times.
John got it first.
That one was easy.
That one was easy because they tell you. Do we have something to write down? Write down the people.
I don't know.
Yeah, because we got to keep track.
Oh, we got to keep track so we can do a giveaway.
We might. I don't know.
No, boy. All right. So who? John. No. Yeah, John McJunkin. Okay, so.
John McJunkin got it
your
first.
Name is.
He said Goo Times.
You know what he meant. I'm going to put John J.
Uh-huh.
So you got 1 point because your name is written
this is
down.
Max Miller.
Hey, Max Mueller.
Caden Nyo, if I pronounce that correctly.
Okay.
And keep in mind, we see your names at a different time.
Yeah.
Because some people, if you put a comment, your comment might jump to the top, but we see it in a completely different order.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. You ready for the next one?
Yeah.
Come on. Hey.
Robert, that is Caden.
Caden got it.
Okay,
Charlie's Angels.
Caden got
Charlie's
1
Angels.
point because your name is on a thing. There you go. Okay. Caden. And Link said chips.
Dynamite. Quincy.
Quincy, Brolica, and Dynamite.
Dynamite. No, that was that was JJ Evans.
In the love boat.
Dynamite. Dynamite.
No, what you doing? You're gonna be here all day. You're gonna keep getting up every 5 seconds. Did Columbo ever have a theme? No, Columbo just came on.
Dynamite.
He didn't have a theme song.
Yeah, the show just started. There wasn't even an intro. They would still be playing credits 5 minutes into the show already started.
It wasn't that long.
Yeah, it was on forever.
Okay.
Ready?
Yep.
Let's go for another one.
Right care at the right time.
Hold on, we gotta go listen to
Plus
the ad.
20% off your treatment plan.
Piece of junk.
Welcome back your smile today.
YouTube got an ad. Okay.
All right, here we go. Come on, you know this one.
Okay, Robert is the fan. Okay. I met the actor that did MK2 video game, Shang-Chi, Philip something, and at Peoria Con. Yeah, okay. Sanford and Son, yep.
Fat Albert. That is not Fat Albert.
And Kaiser, Blues Clues.
No, this is 70s.
Come and knock on our door.
You know this one.
We've been waiting for you. Where the kisses are hers and his. Please company too.
They gave it to you.
Come and dance on our floor.
There you go.
Take a step that is new. We've a lovable space that needs your face.
Number one show in 1980.
Really? That show wasn't all that great. The Terminator.
It was dumb.
Problem
it was
Child.
dumb, but it was fun.
Yeah.
It was fun to watch. This is
Yeah,
kind of like
I guess.
Gilligan's Island.
Yeah.
Dumb show, but it was fun to watch.
Gilligan's Island was fun to watch.
was
I
fun
don't
to
know
watch.
about Three's Company, but
It was all right. Everybody just waited for the landlord to come up and rib on Jack for being fruity because he thought he was gay.
yeah, because that's the only way he could live there.
Yeah,
Because men couldn't live in the building with the girls.
well, they couldn't live with the girls because there
girls.
was an upstairs neighbor that was a man.
Mm-hmm.
All right, are we ready for the next one?
Yep.
Okay, let's try it again. You got to know this one.
Welcome back. Your dreams were your ticket out. Welcome back to that same old place.
Okay, screw your feelings.
Well, the names have all changed since you hung around. But those
Screw your feelings. And
Yeah,
he said
Screw Your
that
Feelings, they
Three's
couldn't-
Company, they couldn't
Couldn't
do
do
that.
that today. Probably
Yeah.
couldn't. Probably couldn't.
Yeah, that show you definitely
That theme
couldn't do.
song was so popular it charted.
Oh yeah.
It did. It charted. And it doesn't fit. It fits with the story
Mhm.
because it's the story of the show, but it doesn't feel like it's going to be a comedy that you're going to watch.
Mm.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You ready for the next one, guys?
Yep.
Let's try this again. You know this one. Come on. There it is.
Screw your feelings.
gray sky, hello blue. There's nothing can hold me when I hold you. You feel so right, it can't be wrong. Rockin' and roll.
Happy freaking days.
Yeah.
A lot of spin-offs from that show.
Yeah. You had Laverne and Shirley.
Yeah.
That's all I know.
Oh no. The Laverne and Shirley, Mork and Mindy, Takes an Angel, Laverne and Shirley in the Army, which was a Saturday morning cartoon. You had the Saturday morning cartoon with Fonzie and the gang.
Mhm.
There was a lot of spin-offs from that show.
Oh yeah, Mark and Mindy.
Yeah.
American Graffiti, the movie. But they didn't use the same name. It was only Richie. What's his name? Was Richie the redhead boy?
Yeah,
Howard,
Richie.
Ron Howard. But he didn't play Richie. It was the same
Yeah.
feel.
Joni Loves Chachi,
Yeah.
Angie. And there was another one, I can't remember the name of it, but it was about a guy who ran beauty pageants.
Mm. It's a great show, still holds up. I
Yeah.
remember not liking Three Happy Days. I never cared for that show. The Foz.
Yeah, it was a
Because-
spin-off of a sketch from Love American Style. That's right. Happy
Mm.
Days itself was a spin-off, technically.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
Okay.
Kaiser says he's too young for these references.
Yes.
Shame on you.
Screw Your Feelings has two.
You know this one.
Everybody knows this one. Good Time Girls. No.
Maybe that was the name of that other show.
Oh.
There it is.
Max Mueller.
I hated the Jeffersons.
Yeah, I remember watching it.
Archie was a grumpy old man.
Mhm.
George Jefferson was just mean. He was mean to everybody. He was mean to his wife. He was mean to everybody.
He was
his
consistent.
kids.
But I remember not liking the Jeffersons, but you know, you watched it, but I didn't care for it.
All right, let's try another one.
All right.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, Schlemiel, Schlemazel, Positive Rep Incorporated.
We're gonna do it.
Give us any chance, we'll take it. With any rule, we'll break it. We're gonna make our dreams come true. Doing it our way. Nothing's gonna.
Punisher said never had that in the UK.
Oh, okay. And Gub did Good Times. You know that's right, Good Times.
No, not Good
Strange
Times.
Brew. Laverne and Shirley. I did like Laverne and Shirley. I didn't like Happy
Laverne and
Days.
Shirley was actually had better ratings than Happy Days did.
Yeah.
And it's rare that a spin-off does better than the original show.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Oh, the Screw Your Feelings. Love the pro wrestling episode. I remember that, actually. Did they really sing We Finally Got a Piece of the Pie? Yes, they did.
I prefer Fat Albert.
You know what's a really screwy? If you ever listen to the words, the lyrics to the Linda Carter Wonder Woman show. You gotta listen to the lyrics
of
that
what?
of
The
the
Jefferson?
Linda Carter Wonder Woman show. If you actually listen to the lyrics, it sounds crazy. It's like, what are you talking about? It's like it's like listening to the Beatles singing "Come Together." It's like, what are you talking about?
Okay.
Fighting for your rights in her satin tights and the good old red, white, and blue. It's like, what? Here we go. There it is.
Yeah, Hardline Soul.
Smash. And
Melody says taxi.
yeah, that song actually has lyrics, but you only hear the lyrics to that song in the movie version.
Days of Our Lives.
The movie came out before before the TV show. Yeah, it was a good show. Idiot Figures is my favorite. It was a really good show.
Yeah, it was. I remember liking MASH.
Come on. You know this one. You know what this is.
No. I never liked this show. Hardline, Little House on the Prairie.
Was that one first, or who had it first?
Oh, okay. Sorry. Screw My Feelings had it first. Okay, well, take your point back. Screw Your Feelings.
Clickles thinks it's Bonanza.
Oh, is it?
No.
Gunsmoke.
It is not Gunsmoke.
That's what I thought it was. Screw Your Feelings has 4 points.
3 points or 4 points?
4. Wouldn't your name get down as 1 point?
How are you keeping it, Allie? It is not Hee Haw. All right. Are we ready to go again?
They had a Little House on the Prairie movie?
Like a made-for-TV movie. Let's Get Back to. They did the same thing with Grizzly Adams.
What's the name of the show? House the Prairie was not a good show.
You didn't think so?
No.
I like Michael Landon.
I like him in Highway to Heaven.
Highway to Heaven's a good show.
Master Mexico thought it was Little Farm.
Little Farm.
Okay, go ahead. Next
It was a Little Farm.
Oh, was it?
You really got to be 70s to get this one. It's getting harder.
This world is awful. You're all alone, but it's time you started living.
Nobody
It's
knows
time
this.
you let
Oh,
someone else
sorry.
do
Robert got
just
it.
a fan.
Robert got it.
Okay, well, Robert got 2
Excellent.
points. He the only one that got it.
Now everybody's
Not everybody.
everybody copying.
And Socrates says it's the Cosby Show.
It could have been. Because the Cosby Show was a remake of the original Cosby Show, also starring Bill Cosby from the 70s, where instead of a doctor, he was a basketball coach.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Mm.
All right, we ready to go again?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
it's called
Mein Klein Farm in Germany.
German.
Okay. Okay.
What can I do but still enjoy losing?
It's all in good fun.
Yeah.
We just having a good time. Nobody's walking away with a $10,000 prize yet.
I know that's right.
So I want the $10,000 prize.
Yeah.
Who won the that was when Jesse Jackson was on Saturday Night Live, and he was playing a game show host.
Jesse Jackson was on Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, he was on Saturday Night Live, and I think it was
Wow.
in the 80s.
Mhm.
And the name of the game show was The Point is Moot. And then when people would answer the question, he'd be like, no, that's not right. Why? Because I said so. The point is moot. And then when they got to the end, they were like, well, who wins the prize? I win the prize.
Okay.
Sheriff, next.
Nobody knows this.
I knew this one right off. Come on.
What?
Come on.
Oh. What's that? Get her prime.
Get her prime. Get her prime. Got it. Starsky and Hutch. Funk time.
Melanie says that they're remaking Highway to Heaven. Are you telling the truth?
I hope not.
I hope not.
They'll ruin it.
Yeah. I don't know about that one.
Salem's Lot. What's wrong with you?
Chips. And then Incognito always say hee-haw.
A Socrates Apollo Creed's theme. Actually, when he came out, it was to James Brown's Living in America, wasn't it?
I have no idea.
I know he did that in the film where he got killed.
Mm.
All right, let's go again. Yeah.
What is your
Huggy
theme
Bear.
song?
Huggy Bear.
Does everybody have a theme song?
Yeah, my theme song is the same as the one from the movie. I mean, not from the movie, from the TV show not Power Fist. Who is it?
What's the name of the song?
I can't remember the name of the song.
Oh, David doesn't have a theme song.
Luke Cage. The same theme song is from Luke Cage.
John F. said his theme song is Shaft.
Oh yeah.
Word on the street. I'm better at cartoon
intro songs.
We
might do that sometime.
Okay.
Everybody loves Sheriff Lobo now.
Who is Sheriff Lobo?
It's a 70s show like BJ and the Bear.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Here we go.
Gunsmoke.
Stop.
Oh.
It's not Gunsmoke. Gotta be 70s to know this one. Uh-oh. Somebody got it.
Get her prime. Is that right? Yeah. Waltons. Oh, Melanie. Sorry. Melanie. Melody.
The Shirkus, the Waltons.
Chick says that it was Dallas.
Dallas.
Yeah. And then
Did that start in the 70s?
Yeah. We're watching Dallas right now. Poe Sue Ellen.
Everybody's cheating on everybody in that show.
I feel bad for Sue Ellen. Poe Sue Ellen. Okay, go ahead.
Lady Godiva was a freedom rider. She didn't care if the whole world would. Joan of Arc with the Lord to guide her. She was a sister who really could. Isadora was the first prophet of angel that she showed.
Yeah, but it got the way back up here. Robert just a fan. Because you played half of it. That's why.
Oh, yeah.
So Robert just a fan got 3 points.
Okay. We'll let you get away with it this time. Yeah, Maude, which was a spinoff from All in the Family.
Oh, was it?
Mm-hmm. All in the Family had a lot of spinoffs too.
Yeah, the Jeffersons.
Yeah, the Jeffersons was a spinoff from that show. and his daughter from the show had her own show for a short time, where she was working in a veterinarian's office, and it was after Michael left her. Okay, let's go.
Okay.
Oh, that's too easy.
Lord.
Too easy.
No, Good Times is easy.
This one's easy.
Guys like us, we had it made. Those were the days.
Everybody knows this one.
Dale.
Girls were girls and men were men.
Hardline.
Nope, that's not it. Hardline. That's not the name
Hardline
of the
got
show.
it wrong.
There it is.
John McJunkin. John
Yeah,
J.
All in the Family.
Yeah, it's Archie Bunker, but
Archie Bunker, and then when they changed the show, it became Archie's Place after Edith died.
oh, okay.
But yeah, All in the Family.
We're watching in the heat of the night now.
Yeah.
And I like Bill Gillespie. I do. He's good.
Call me Mr. Tibbs. Oh yeah, Sammy Davis. I remember he was on an episode. He did kiss Archie. He kissed him on the cheek, right, when he went to take a photo.
Out of Sight said he hated that show when he was a kid.
You know, that's the thing too, is when you mature. And I've talked about that before, both with All in the Family and with Sanford and Son.
I hated
when
Sanford
you were a
and
kid.
Son.
When you were a kid, you're like, man, what a mean old bastard. And then when you grow up, you realize they're not the antagonist on the show. On All in the Family was Mike, who was the prick and started all the trouble, and on Sanford and Son,
that's what Robert says.
Yeah, when you're a child, you don't get it. When you grow up, it's like you see it completely differently. And it was Lamont who was always starting mess on Sanford and Son.
I liked Aunt Esther. She was hilarious, and you can find the Aunt Esther clips on YouTube.
Yeah,
and just watch.
Look up young Aunt Esther.
Yeah, we saw
because
that
the
picture.
that woman used to be an exotic
she was
dancer.
A stripper.
Yeah, and there are photos of her when she was young and not looking that way.
Oh, Melanie says she watching The Heat of the Night too.
Yeah, it's a
In
good
The Heat
show.
of the Night, it's a good show. I remember watching it growing up, and I always liked that. In The Heat of the Night, Matlock, and it was another one that came on in the same time. But Matlock I like, and we're gonna go back and watch Matlock in The Heat of the Night.
Yeah, and it's just the same thing can be said of Karate Kid. And
Danny was just awful.
You were, when you were watching it as a kid, you're like, oh, poor Danny. And then when you grow up, you're like, wow, Danny was a prick. He's every problem in all three films, Danny LaRusso's fault.
Yeah.
And then and that's why they touched on it in Cobra Kai. It makes perfect sense now, and I'm glad they went back and they touched on that, because fans have been hemming and hawing about it for like decades.
Yeah, we went back and watched all of the Karate Kids, and I only ever saw the first one growing up, but I didn't remember it. And like he said, they made Danny out to be the hero.
Yeah.
But if you watch that one and all of the ones after, he was horrible.
Several times he could have the situation was neutralized, and he fired it off again. He got it going. All right, let's get the next one.
Okay, wax on, wax off.
Yep. One of my favorite shows.
Oh, somebody got Robert just a fan. Okay.
And who was that?
Oh.
Somebody else said Benson, Hardline Soul. Benson was a spin-off of Soap.
And Master Mexico said that he always liked In the Heat of the Night, but it was hard for him to watch because it came out at midnight, so it was hard to watch.
Soap was a funny show. It was one of the best all-time sitcoms.
Oh, really?
And it launched Billy Crystal's career too. Yeah. So let me see. Are we ready?
We got to do music one day.
What kind of music? The kind of music that will get me kicked off YouTube?
All music will get me kicked off.
You got to be careful. We might get in trouble for this, but we're just having a good time.
Yeah.
You got to know this one.
Hello world is a song that
Getter Prime?
Yeah.
Where?
I think right here. Because this says Partridge Farm.
It says Partridge Fam.
Oh! Partridge Farm is a food. Okay.
Pepperidge Farm makes cookies. I used to eat Pepperidge Farm
okay,
cookies.
hard line.
Yeah, Robert says I used to love Chuck and Bob. Yeah, because that's right. The dummy speaks Spanish, and they would ask the guy who's controlling the puppet, because he went everywhere with it. He actually thought that the puppet was alive.
Oh.
And the puppet could speak Spanish, and they say, "What are you doing?" He's like, "I don't know. I don't speak Spanish." Pepperidge Farms remembers.
Partridge Farm.
Yeah.
Okay.
David Cassidy was so young. That ruined a lot of careers. If you ever listen to Danny Bonaducci, when he was talking about that, they're coming to the studio one day, and the guard tells them to turn around and go home because they canceled the show. They didn't even tell the actors.
That's messed
They
up.
were rough. They were rough on them. Yeah, LPH thinking of food. Pepperidge Farm. I could go for some nice cookies, actually. Ready? You got to know this one. Somebody got it. Bonnie Miller.
John McJunkin. John J.
No, Night Court. Night Court is an 80s show.
Night Court was good though.
I like Night Court.
Yeah.
And Harry was his real name.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like a magician, street magician kind of magician.
Mm-hmm.
It is not Shaft. Shaft did have a TV show, but I think it only had like 5 pilot episodes or something, because they tried to adapt it from the movie franchise. Night Court was good.
Mm-hmm.
Ready?
Yep.
Too easy. Too easy.
Lovely lady who was bringing up 3 very lovely girls. All of them had hair of gold, like their mother, the youngest one in curls. It's a story
There it is.
of a man named Brady who was busy with 3 boys of his own.
Classic show.
Kaiser said he actually knew this one, but he didn't say the answer, so you didn't know it.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And you know what's funny about the Brady Bunch too?
Yeah.
It's one of those examples where they made a movie based on the TV show, and the movie was really well done. The movie is hilarious because the movie is actually adapted from a Broadway play making fun of the Brady Bunch.
Oh, really?
They over exaggerated famous scenes and things from the Brady Bunch, and it was funny, and they made it into a film, and it's actually really fun to watch. It's a great film. There were 3 of them, actually, 3 Brady Bunch movies. The first 2 are better than the last one, but yeah. Incognito says I was first.
Not on our thing. It comes out different on our.
That's what I was explaining. Is that usually if you're typing, you might pop up first, but we see it in a completely different order on this side.
Yeah,
we do. We see it in a different order because that happened last time with because people were like, wait a minute, I said it first, and actually on our thing it was like 3 or 4 behind someone else. It's okay. I mean, like I said, it's all in good fun.
Yeah. Yes, this is a
carjack.
My name is Jake.
This is a carjack. No, my name's not Jack. It's Greg. How are you? I remember. That was that movie is funny.
I never saw the movie.
Michael Dorn was in Chips.
Oh, was he?
He hates when you bring it up too.
He's dead now.
Michael Dorn? No, Michael Dorn is Worf from Star Trek.
Oh.
But he prefers Worf. If you bring him a Chips photo to autograph, he may not sign that.
Oh. you didn't like chips?
He just didn't.
Mm.
Who remembers when Saturday Night Live used to make fun of the Brady Bunch? And there was a girl that always pretended to be Jan. She used to do that because she was in the Broadway production of the Brady Bunch, and she adapted it for Saturday Night Live when she was part of the alumni.
Oh, okay.
Yep, Eric Estrada. He's still around.
Who? They never talk about the blonde hair guy. Who is he?
I can't remember his name either.
Everybody remember Eric Estrada.
Eric Estrada has cufflinks, and the jewel in the cufflink is actually the scab from his two kids' umbilical cords. You know how they tie off your belly button,
Why
and then the scab falls off?
Yeah.
He made them into cufflinks. Because I remember seeing him, I think it was on the Letterman show, and Letterman was like, "What is that?" And he was like, "Actually," and he explained the whole thing. Crazy.
Yeah.
Larry Wilcock, thank you, Incognito.
Yeah. Well.
Melody, back when SNL was still funny, yes, more than 20 years ago.
I know people keep the baby umbilical cord, but I don't think I want to put it on my cufflink.
Yeah, they haven't been funny or relevant for more than 2 decades now, at least. I know, but let me get off the high horse here, and we'll do the next one. Yes.
Nobody knows that.
You know who would get this one? Who? Johnny Future. He loves this show. Come on, man.
Nobody knows it.
Yes.
Robert just a fan.
That was a cool show. LJN made action figures of that.
You have some. Oh no,
I don't have the emergency
you got
ones.
Rookies and SWAT.
Rookies and SWAT, but they did Rookie, SWAT, and Emergency.
They didn't do Chips?
No, Mego did Chips.
Mm. Did you got like 1 or 2 more?
Filmed in LA. I don't know.
Oh, was it?
That's what Gub Dig says. They're having a reunion.
Who?
The people from Emergency, and they're going to do like autographs and a convention and stuff. And the one guy from it just died. The show hasn't come out yet.
Oh.
Here we go. Nobody got that one?
Joey
John McJunkin got it.
McLeod.
That was a tough one.
Oh.
Sounds like a doctor show. No, it was a kind of like police / private investigator show. Bonanza? No, Bonanza was a 60s show.
Gunsmoke.
Is that what you're going to do now? Everything is freaking Gunsmoke. Does it even really have a theme song?
No.
Gunsmoke! And then he draws and shoots somebody, and then he's standing in a graveyard talking about people he killed.
Yeah, standing on Boot Hill.
Boot Hill, looking down at a big, like, curtain drop portrait of a town.
Dodge City. McLeod. Okay.
Yeah, the Benny Hill version of McLeod. Benny Hill was good.
The plane!
Falcon's Crest.
Ricardo Montalban and Hervé Villachet.
I thought it was Falcon's Crest.
No, you didn't.
Oh,
a bunch of people picked that one up.
Not Falcon's Crest?
No.
Oh.
What is wrong with you? Oh, God. That's right. Fantasy
Master
Island.
Mexico got it.
Oh, excellent.
He wasn't first, though.
But that's the show everybody sat through the Love Boat to watch.
Oh, yeah.
Love Boat came on at 9, and Fantasy Island came on at 10 o'clock.
Why do you know what time these shows came out?
On ABC. Ricardo was Khan. Yes, he did. Khan, the Star Trek: The Wrath of Khan, brought the franchise back. It's because of that movie that they began talks for doing the Next Generation show to bring Star Trek officially back. It was that popular.
Okay.
Here we go. Classic tune. Yep, there it goes.
No, he said Hawaii 59.
Uh-oh.
No, I know what you mean.
Hawaii 59.
The 9 is next to the O.
I guess. Who remembers that Hervé Villachet tattoo from Fantasy Island also did some of the Dunkin' Donuts commercials with the guy, I can't remember his name. Remember Time to Make a Donuts? He was in a couple of those commercials.
Oh, was he?
Yep.
Yeah, they did remake Hawaii 5-0.
Yeah, they remade Fantasy Island too, and both of them bombed.
Yeah, and Knight Rider, they redid.
Yeah,
what's the guy? MacGyver with the little kid.
Yeah, they burned that too. They burn it to the ground, destroy the franchise. All right, ready?
Yep.
Let's try another one. Come on.
Nobody knows this one. Uh-oh.
Oh, somebody got it.
Robert Just a Fan got it.
Wow.
You got a tie.
Oh,
Is that the last one?
Oh, no, it's not the last one.
Okay.
We got a couple more.
Yeah, maybe we can break the tie.
Bob Newhart. That wasn't a bad show.
Yeah. I like the 3 Daryls.
That was the Newhart show, not the Bob Newhart show.
Oh, okay. Newhart had the Daryls.
Yeah, I'm
Daryl.
I'm Larry. This is
Larry.
my brother Daryl, and this is my other brother Daryl.
2 Daryls.
2 Daryls.
And Larry was the only one that talked.
And the other 2 would just kind of nod. Yeah. Socrates says old music played in Kmart. Let's see who gets this. You have to truly be 70s to get that one, guys.
You gotta like that show. Rat Patrol. No, not Mr. Ed.
Oh, don't tell me no one's gonna get this one.
No one knows it. Sounds like old neighborhood.
My old neighborhood.
Oh, no.
We're gonna wait for a second. We'll give him a couple of seconds here. Do you give up? You give up, guys? I can't believe no one got it. Oh, Get Her Prime.
Oh, Get Her Prime got it.
Get Her Prime picked it up.
Where are you?
Is he on there?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. The spin-off to the Bionic Man.
That was awful. End of the Lost.
Land of the Lost.
I think we got one more. That might be it.
I don't know. Well, let's see. Let's try again.
All the world is waiting for you.
Listen to the lyrics.
And the power you possess. In your satin tights, fighting for your rights. And the old red, white, and blue. Wonder Woman.
Okay, John. And that broke the tie. John,
you hear that terrible lyrics, and it gets worse. In your satin tights, fighting for your rights. They should acquire that song. Get out of here.
I just want to see if that was. Oh, okay. No. Still got some time on it.
Get off my thing. Some female wrestler should acquire the rights to that one.
Yeah, that can be her song that she come out.
She can run around in her satin tights.
You can have the theme song like this, like at the strongman competition when they come out with a song.
Yeah. It's different if you're wrestling though.
Linda Carter.
In your what? Yeah. In your satin tights, your satin underwear, basically, fighting for your rights and the old red, white, and blue. Because you can't leave the flag out of it.
Link said that he needs to continue. He's just finished season 1 of that.
It's a fun show. It's goofy, but it's fun. I like the Linda Carter Wonder Woman. I used to watch it when I was a kid.
Caitlyn Jenner's theme.
I don't know about that. Okay, let's see.
Okay.
Love that Wonder Woman theme. Yeah, I know. It's a funky tune, but if you listen to the lyrics, you're like, wait, what the hell did they say? Uh-oh. LPH, tell us you didn't get any new pops.
No, I did not. I did not get any new pops.
Yes, we remember the Trilogy of Terror. The Trilogy of Terror is the one that has that
little doll, that African doll,
that pygmy doll at the end that she blew up in the microwave.
Yeah, we watched that a few months.
That's all anybody remembers from the Trilogy of Terror.
Yeah, because it was 3 different stories in there. TV's Incredible Hulk. Speaking of 7 shows, oh yeah.
Wonder Woman Underoos. Underoos was the thing back in the 70s.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Okay.
I love this show.
It's time to play the music. It's time to light the light.
It's
time to meet the Muppet on the Muppet Show tonight. It's time to put on makeup.
You know, it doesn't hurt when they tell you the name and the title, though. You know, which they often sometimes do.
Okay,
so
let's count it up.
Let's add it up. Let's see who pull
5,
off what here.
6, 7. You got 1, 6, 1.
Okay.
4, 1, 4, 2, 1, 1. Okay, so the winner is John J. Yay, John J. Everybody give John J.
Which one is John J?
John McJunkin.
Oh, John. How do you get John J out of John McJunkin?
Because it's John McJunkin, and Junkin starts with a J.
John McJunkin. John Joseph Jingleheimer Schmidt. His name is my name too. So John McJunkin, you are the winner.
What are you going to win?
Are the winner.
Are you giving away prizes?
Yes, I am giving away a prize.
Oh.
You have your choice.
Oh no.
No, you don't want me. Oh, I put it back.
No, I'm just saying.
You just kidding? I have a selection, and you may choose. I have Super NES Mario and Duck Hunt. I have a
You gonna get that
collection.
away?
I have the Schoolhouse Rock collection, including the stuff that was never aired because Congress said that you couldn't use cartoons to teach anymore. I have a collection of variant cover comics from Dynamic Forces. I have a Toucan Sam record album.
Golly. You get all that or one?
No, he's gonna pick.
Oh.
He's gonna pick. I show a bunch of different things.
Schoolhouse Rock is the best.
I show a bunch of different things because people, he might not be into comics. Somebody might not be into cartoons.
Master Nexus goes that one day he's gonna win
the grand prize. So if you want to choose from that, or
had twirled around during Wonder Woman theme song.
Edwin did.
Yeah, conjunction. No, this Schoolhouse Rock don't have conjunction on it, does it?
Yeah, see, he says he wants. Yes, it does.
Oh.
It has everything, including the unaired shorts.
Oh, got the whole thing.
Yeah, because he had made a whole new season, and it was filmed in animation and everything, and then ABC canceled it.
I'm just the bill.
I have another copy.
Oh, good. Okay.
So,
which one you want?
He wants this.
Oh, he wants.
He chose Schoolhouse Rock. Absolutely.
That one is the best.
Yeah, that's classic. So, Incognito says I'm calling BS. I was first.
007 movie themes next time.
Oh yeah, that would confuse people because, but they were good songs actually.
Yeah, but then you would have to guess the artist who sang it, the year it came out, in the movie, and who was James Bond.
Which Bond it was?
No, I'm just saying because I don't
But
know about that. Why it look like we got closer?
In the comment set, because it was shrunk before.
Oh.
In the description box, there's an email address. Just contact us at that email address, and we will get that out to you as soon as possible.
Okay.
Joey says you was robbed. Yeah, conjunction. What's that function? And don't worry, LPH, I have another copy.
I only like the I'm Just a Bill.
Well, you don't remember the rest of them.
Well, I never saw the rest. I only saw because I had bought the VCR tape of the I'm Just a Bill one. So, man, I used to watch that like over and over. It was good. I liked it.
Yeah, but like I was saying, Congress had passed a thing that says that you cannot use cartoon shows for education anymore. And so ABC canceled them, and they had already processed a whole nother season, and it just sat there until Disney bought the rights to this and then put the disc out with all of it. But yeah, that's a nice choice. And like I said, contact us at that email address down below.
Oh, John F says he has the Schoolhouse Rock songs on CD.
Okay,
that's cool.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Hardline Soul, Verb. That's what's happening. That's right. That was a good one. There's a lot of good classic songs. Especially, I used the multiplication. I actually learned my multiplication tables off of this as a kid growing up. 3 is a magic number.
I learned the preamble. We had to recite that, but because I watched that so much, I remembered the song, so I got 100 on that. So you actually learned from it.
You did. You did learn from it. It made sense. It was simple.
Which doesn't make sense because you could actually learn from the thing, and Congress said, "Oh, we don't want to teach or don't teach the kids something that they would actually be interested in." You know what I mean?
Basically, like what do they know about it?
Yeah, I guess.
And that's unfortunate how they stick their nose in everything. Lolly Lolly, get your adverbs here. I remember that one.
Animaniacs. Yeah, I remember the Animaniacs did the 50 states, but then he didn't form it in a form of a question because they were on Jeopardy. So he didn't get the point, or he didn't get it. That was good. And you learn your states that way because he's saying it out. I think it was the states and the capitals or something like that. But because he didn't put it in the form of a question, they threw it out.
Oh, I barely remember the Animaniacs.
Well, it was one of the 90s Tiny Toons when Tiny Toons came out.
Yeah, but I watched that, but I don't remember very well.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because that came out along with Pinky and the Brain. And they had the Flintstone Kids and the pup named Scooby-Doo. All of those came out together. And pup named Scooby-Doo was funny. That was a good one.
You always say that. I wonder if you would still like it now.
I don't know. I think so. Because that one was actually pretty good. I tried finding it on YouTube and stuff, but you can't find it.
And Incognito says Reading Rainbow. Yeah, I remember Reading Rainbow. 3, 2, 1 Contact.
Yeah.
Zoom and the Electric Company. And they tried to bring Zoom and the Electric Company back, and they blew it.
You remember the Math Squad? That was on another show. It was
3, 2, 1 Contact.
Oh, it was on 3, 2, 1 where they had the math. It was a police detectives, but they did math.
Weird Al guest starred on one episode of Math Squad. He played a DJ. Yeah. Great Space Coaster. Getter Prime. Do you remember when Mark Hamill was on the Great Space Coaster? He appeared on the Great Space Coaster.
You remember the Highlights magazine?
I remember Highlights. Oh, I loved Highlights. They always had them in doctor's offices.
Yeah,
doctor's offices and dentist offices had Highlights magazines.
That's the only way I could see it, and I would go in there and always looking forward to see the Highlight magazine.
Yeah, Highlights was awesome.
Yeah,
and it was really simple. No, they don't. Magazines are dying anyways.
And somebody mentioned earlier when we were talking about how on the cereal boxes they had points and you do that, and how they don't do fan clubs or kids clubs anymore. Because McDonald's, Burger King, Pizza Hut, all of those places had the kids club. where you fill out the stuff and you get birthday coupons and things like that.
Stuff like
All
that.
of that's
Or
gone away.
I was in the Burger King Kids Club. I talked
Mhm.
about that because McDonald's and Burger King used to, very child-oriented restaurants. And I filled out the card, and they send me a calendar, and
Mhm.
on the bottom of every calendar were 2 coupons for that month, and I could go and get something free at Burger King.
Mhm.
And I had a little kids club card that you could put in your wallet, like an 8-year-old has a wallet. But
Yeah, the kind with the Velcro wallet.
yeah, Robert is asking. He was on Great Space Coaster as a guest appearance. He wasn't like on the show, but he did have a guest appearance in one episode.
Oh, okay.
And who remembers when R2D2 and C3PO were had guest cameos on Sesame Street? They were on Sesame Street for a whole week.
Oh, really? Why were they lost?
They were supposed to deliver a message, and it turns out the message was for Oscar. But they had landed on Sesame Street to find someone and deliver a message to them. I think they were on for the whole week.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, John said he used to be a member of Pizza Hut's book club. A lot of things were very child-oriented back in the day, and all of that's been robbed.
Yeah, because I mean, McDonald's, Burger, none of those restaurants have kids clubs. And
No.
even when you used to go to a restaurant, they would give you the little coloring sheet or activity sheet with a pack of crayons while you waited. You don't get any of that stuff anymore. You just go to the restaurant, you sit in the corner, mom and dad give you the cell phone, and you look at that until your food arrives.
Yeah.
So
I don't remember The Simpsons on Sesame Street, but we don't watch any of the modern stuff.
yeah.
I'm talking about like in the 80s.
Yeah,
You
70s
know.
and 80s. Mr. Rogers was good.
Yeah, Mr. Rogers was always good.
Mm-hmm. The people of make believe.
G.I. Joe Adventure Team Club, that's right. The G.I. Joe had a kids club all the way back to 1964.
Really?
Yeah, they always had a club thing going. And he's talking about the Era, the Era era or the 70s Adventure Team. Because I think the 60s had one too, didn't they?
Let me see. I remember when you could eat at Taco Bell for like $3-4.
Taco Bell used to be child oriented too. They had a year-long campaign of Rocky and Bullwinkle.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, and this was in the early 90s, and you had a punch card and it had 30 holes on it, and you would keep the card, and every time you bought, you spent over a certain amount, I think it was, if you spent more than like $2, they would punch a hole, and for each level, like you bring the card back, and when you got that hole punched, they'd give you a prize. And the final prize was a Rocky and Bullwinkle t-shirt.
John F. said Mr. Belvedere had a club. I didn't know that. McDonald's should do a Cancun Happy Meal. I don't know what that is.
Stone Sour says he loved his magazine subscriptions as a kid. Yeah.
Yeah, I had a bunch.
But magazines are dying.
Yeah.
They've been dying for at least 10, 15 years now, slowly fading away.
Yeah, well,
newspapers are gone too.
And the internet, you can just go to that magazine's website and read the articles or just look through it. Or now they got all those tabloid websites. You don't need the magazines anymore. So
yeah, Socrates says you guys are bringing back memories. Hardy's had the Gremlin storybooks with the 45 records you could get to follow along. Yeah, see, great prizes. And I've shown some of the stuff that I've gotten with some of the prizes that you could win or earn from those restaurant chains were pretty decent. I mean, most people know about the glasses, but they had posters, they had toys. It wasn't just a Happy Meal prize. Like, a sneak preview here on something for when I do my Star Wars journey, right? I have the remembers the Burger King Empire Strikes Back Frisbee from 1980. This is the Burger King Frisbee. Who remembers these?
Yeah.
That they had great stuff, and it was always kid oriented. They always wanted to bring the kids in. And now it's like the kids don't matter.
Master Mexico wants to know, did you really stop collecting the G.I. Joe classified? If not, I would love to hook you up with Rafa. Found your fountain today.
Yeah, I just I'm on the fence with it because it's so frustrating, and there's too many. There's so many now. And FYI, because Hasbro Pulse just announced a whole bunch more of them, but they also have said, and this is an insider thing with Hasbro, they've got sketches and prototypes for classifieds for the next 3 years.
Hmm.
So this is not going away. I mean, how many are there going to be in 3 years? About 200 of them. I'm like, how can I keep up? Sometimes you just have to pull the plug. Gub Dug ATGI Joe was around 1975. 1970 up until they got wonky and started doing like Bullet Man and Atomic Man, which was 76-ish, something like that. Because they wanted to get away from the military look of the traditional 60s versions because of the Vietnam War.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
John says he had a Ghostbusters Frisbee. Did you ever eat Ghostbusters cereal?
They had a Ghostbusters cereal?
Ralston made Ghostbusters cereal. They made G.I. Joe cereal. All those weird novelty cereals, Ralston, I think, made those. Ghostbusters, G.I. Joe. Ghostbusters, they had interesting boxes, though. They had a glow-in-the-dark box. They had a hologram box.
Says that he don't collect it, but somebody wants to reduce the price below market. Let him know if you are interested.
Okay. Hey, Al Masters, did you ever hear anything more about those mask vehicles? I'm curious. Let me see.
Oh, John said he did eat Ghostbusters cereal.
Yeah, see? I ate the G.I. Joe cereal. It was little stars. All they did was just keep making the same cereal and put a different box around it.
Yeah, but, and then they just reshaped. I mean, it was the same thing. They all taste alike.
Yeah. The Ghostbusters cereal and the Mr. T.
I remember
and they were little T's. And
they should have had little earrings.
C3POs. Who remembers C3POs? Those are good times, folks. That was good times.
All of that stuff
that's making me want to
away.
go out and get some honeycomb and stuff.
Ugh.
I like honeycomb.
Yes,
honeycomb's big. Yeah.
But all of that stuff is gone away now because I mean, you remember that stuff and the feelings you had, and they all tried to connect it with something. The cereals were connected with something. Now they just make cereal. They don't put nothing on the front of the box except for maybe the mascot. You don't get the prize. Nothing to mail away. To cut the box out or to even save the box. So it's like, all of that they did just died. Like probably in the mid 90s or something. Or early 2000s, something like that.
Late 90s, it started fading away, started going away.
It was like one day they just cut the plug.
Oh, Melody, I wanted to answer Melody's question.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Is there a toy you wanted as a kid but never got? Yeah, the Mattel Space 1999 Eagle One playset.
Oh.
And that's because of Robert. A different Robert. He had it was on a school bus. The kids in our neighborhood got on a school bus and we went to school, and I was in like the first grade and he was in like the fourth or the fifth grade, and they were doing the Secret Santa on the bus. I got the bus monitor and he got my name, and he was like, oh yeah, you like that Eagle One playset I got, right? Because I used to watch Space 1999. And he says, I'll just give you that. Oh, great, thanks. I'm happy. I'm excited because I'm going to get the Eagle One playset. Never gave it to me.
Oh no.
Never gave it to me. And I still don't have one. The Eagle, not the 9-inch figures, because I actually have the Space 1999 9-inch figure sets, but I'm talking about, it's like 3 little figures and you got an eagle. And I always wanted that, never been able to find it. And you can find bits and pieces of it, but a complete one, it's just not easy at all.
Hardline says he has that playset.
Oh, good. Yeah, E.T. cereal. I remember the E.T. cereal. I remember the Pac-Man cereal. That's I mean, it's just good times. It was just fun. you know, and I feel like and we just did that video talking about Halloween, you know, kind of like fading nostalgia
Yeah.
themed video, how things are going away, things are disappearing. Halloween's kind of fading away, and these
All of it,
kids,
Christmas,
yeah,
you know, Valentine, all of that. You know, when we were in school for Valentine, we made Valentine cards and gave it out. Christmas, you had Secret Santa, you did that kind of stuff, and it just had a whole different feel.
yeah,
Everything did.
and kids aren't having a good time anymore. That's why so many of them are depressed.
Yeah, and they
Really,
all are depressed and on antidepressants and different things like that. They worry about things that they don't need to worry about, things that are way above them. They feel weighed down by it, you know. And I guess because in school they weigh you down with like social issues
hmm
instead of schoolwork, learning how to read and write and do some math. Um, they weigh them down with social issues, and it's like teach the kid how to
yeah.
read and write and how to do math. One plus one.
They're teaching them things that they are too young to really understand the concepts, and all you're going to do when you do something like that is screw them up.
Yeah.
You're going to screw them up. You're going to make them miserable. They're depressed. They're worried about things that they shouldn't be worried about, and it's awful.
Yeah.
It's
Robert
awful.
said everybody wants to be Kim Kardashian or the rappers.
Yeah, I know, and they shouldn't even see these people. What do you enjoy your life, be a child, have fun. We used to. That's why people think of like 80s as the last great era now. You know,
Yeah,
a lot
but
of people are saying
nowadays
that.
you can be, I guess, rich and famous just by making YouTube and TikTok videos.
And it's garbage.
Yeah, and you can
Yeah.
be a reality star and become a YouTube influencer or internet influencer or something like that, and you're big and popular. But
And they're phonies. They're big phonies
yeah,
too.
but it used to be you had to work for that stuff. You had to work to be credible and for people to listen to you. Now you don't have to do nothing but make a silly video and have millions of followers and views. And it doesn't have to be authentic, it doesn't have to be true or anything. And people know it's not real.
Yeah,
And
and
they still
if we miss your comment, it's going by quick. So you know we're not trying to ignore anybody.
yeah.
I remember
Kids
Donkey Kong
ain't
cereal too.
not allowed to be kids in it. Yeah, kids aren't allowed to be kids anymore. Nope. There are also helicopter parents.
Yeah,
What's helicopter parents?
hovering over, but not actually doing anything.
They don't even hover over. They
Yeah.
just have the kid and let them go out to their own devices. You know, it's like, okay, it's like the people that got a dog and they keep them outside chained up, but we got a dog, but you do nothing, you don't interact.
Yeah, it's in a cage.
Yeah, but that's off of our topic at hand, which is nostalgia and toys. So.
Yeah, and R. Joseph Grundy, for instance, why are kids worried about sexuality at age 5? They shouldn't be. They shouldn't even understand what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're too young. It's not it's not natural in your system to even comprehend it until you've at least hit puberty.
Yeah.
You know, and then you start getting it. Okay, wait a minute. Yeah, there is a difference. You know, that's when you can even begin thinking about it. Never mind all these other concepts.
Yeah.
They're not old enough to drink or vote, but
yeah, they
you can
make
determine
a decision on their sexuality.
what your pronoun is.
Yeah. But Harlan said that's why we collect to remember the good times. And that is true. That's
Mhm.
why we collect. We remember the good times.
Yeah.
We remember when life was a little bit simpler or just something to make us happy. Even if you didn't have that stuff, like we talk about toys, even if you didn't have it, and you going back now as an adult to get it, or you remember a TV show, movies, stuff like that, you go back, we talk about it, to think about it, and it just escape for that time that we're together. And that's what it's all about.
Yeah, that's kind of what we try to do on the channel. That's why, you know, and it comes up in conversation from here and there, but you know, we don't really do the politics social thing here. You know, if since it came up in conversation, you know, we'll throw it out there, but we try to make it a sanctuary. We try to make it a sanctuary for ourselves as much as for anyone else.
Yeah.
You know, talk about the quite frankly the good old days, like a bunch of old fogies here. But it's the truth. It's the truth. So the toys and the comics and the old shows, old TV commercials, magazines, you know, or even just the good times of being a kid and going out and having your little crazy made up adventures. So for some people, it was a big deal to go to McDonald's when they were a kid because it was child oriented all the way up until McDonald's tried to copy Starbucks.
With the McCafe.
McCafe. It's like, screw these kids, get all this garbage out of here and make it look like a cafe. It failed. Now they rebuilt them again, and now they all look like subway stations. It's like, it's so sterile. You don't even want to be in there. Greatest American Hero. I love that show.
Incognito was asking, did I watch 80s enough? I remember the title of the show. I don't know the name. I remember. I don't remember watching it, but I remember the name of the show. So I can't say if I watched it or not, because honestly, I don't remember. Like we say in German English, there are on the woodway. Things are reveling up fast, but believe it or not, the higher spirit is still in charge.
Evidently.
And if some, like me, can become an innocent, childish collector again, then about everything is possible. Yeah. I mean, sometimes you just got to, people want to portray themselves as something they're not.
Yeah.
And then, you know, so you portray yourself as to be some big bad bully, and really you're not. You don't even like that persona. So you get
Rome Ross.
Rome
Where you been?
Ross.
You missed the trivia contest.
Yeah. Remember when Ralph Macchio played Jeremy
on 80s and I don't remember that. I don't hardly remember that show very well.
I remember him in Outsiders. I love that movie. That's one of my favorite movies. He was Pony Boy. I think, was he Pony Boy?
I don't remember.
I think he was. He was the one that got burnt up. I think it was Pony Boy was the name of his character, I think. But you know what's so funny? When he did Karate Kid, he was like 22 years old, playing like a 14, 15
By
year
the
old
time
kid.
he did Karate Kid 3, he was 28.
And he still looked like he was 16.
Still looked like a little kid.
Yeah. Yeah,
that's acting.
Yeah, but I mean, he did look like that. And when he was in excuse me, Outsiders, he was like 15, like between 13 and 15 years old. The character was, but he was in his 20s, so he always looked young, like a little kid.
John McJunkin said, that's why my wife and I joined this channel. We can talk to you both and others about the nostalgia of growing up back in the days. Yeah, absolutely. And because, I mean, life's hard enough. It just is. Life's hard, and all the social and political stuff, it's in your face everywhere you go. Everything you see, they inject it into everything. And it's hard to find any peace.
Mr. Bean was an Aliens? The guy that played Mr. Bean?
Was an alien? Yeah, well, that's the presumption, because at the beginning of the show, a light beams on the ground, and then he appears there, and the light disappears. So it gives.
So he had like a cameo.
Yeah, no, Mr. Bean. Where do you see that?
Edwin, I didn't know Mr. Bean was in Aliens. The guy that played Mr. Beans, right?
That's what he's talking about. Is that what it is? No, I don't remember that. What he's talking about. I don't remember seeing that. Richard Smith says, I like it here.
People that had bad childhoods ruining the future. That's not always true, because David had a very bad childhood, and he's not a horrible person. He's actually a pretty good guy. It's what you make of it. You know, everybody's dealt a hand, and it's all about how you play it. Do you play it well? You get a bad hand. Okay, are you going to just say, oh, my hand is crappy, and so I'm going to be a crappy person? Or are you going to make the best of it?
It's like this, you know, there's the adage, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Most of the time that's true, but sometimes that apple, when it falls off, it rolls off somewhere. And so it ends up getting away from that.
Yeah.
You have to want it, though, because most people, you have to want to be a good person. You have to want to be ethical. You have to want to be productive. You do. Nobody can make you. You
Yeah.
have to want it. And so, I wanted to be something different than my upbringing. You have to want to be honest.
Yeah.
And if you want it enough and you practice it enough, then it just becomes natural for you as an individual. Because the only person you can change in life is yourself.
Yeah. You got all these people. I'm gonna change
Everybody,
the world.
yeah,
You
everyone
can't.
else, all these influencers, all these people trying to change everyone else. Often the person who's trying to change everyone else is the problem.
Mm-hmm.
You can only change yourself and hope that if you set a good enough example, maybe it'll influence someone else that way. But you can't force them, and you can't aim to change or influence anybody. Or at least it doesn't really work, not in a positive way. And anyone who seems like they do,
Mm-hmm.
it's fake.
Yeah.
Because people will fake almost anything if they think they're going to get something out of it.
Yeah, Rome Ross says he had to work to make that statue money. I know what you mean, because I got 2 statues on back order, and so that statue money ain't no joke. Soccer Seed says that's why he loved this channel, but even now collecting is getting political and losing the fun.
Yeah.
For a lot of collectors, it is. And then what also is I don't know the word disheartening is the right one, but you watch some collector channels and then they talk about politics. And not like you gloss over it, like we try to gloss over it and move along.
Yeah,
but they sit there, they purposely, and it's like, nah, you purposely. I don't want to talk about that right now. Yeah.
I gotta hear it all day. Give me a break.
Yeah. Pony Boy and the movie inspired and now Eternals. Oh, he's in Eternals? I heard that wasn't all that great. Was in my
They
cousin
haven't been
Vinny,
doing well with
he?
the Marvel
Stand
films
By Me.
recently.
Yeah.
They have,
I like Stand By Me. I don't think I ever saw Sandlot, but Stand By Me was a good movie, good coming of age movie.
Sandlot, is that the one with the big dog behind the fence?
Yeah, that's that one. But I know I never saw it. But I know that's in it. Ralph Macchio was in Rumblefish. We're getting a repeat of the 50s abolished comics and everything.
Yeah, well.
Candy cigarettes and those wax bottles. I remember candy cigarettes. I used to like that.
Candy cigarettes.
Yeah.
And the wax fish.
We get great immune system.
And circus peanuts.
I remember circus peanuts, but I didn't care for them all that much.
Nobody did.
Yeah.
How did they taste? Orange. If color was a flavor, that's how they tasted. Not tasted like orange. They tasted orange.
Unlike any trick or treat, I live in a large rundown complex. Gub Rumblefish was Matt Dillon. I buy candy anyway because you never know. Yeah, you never know. They might come rat-a-tat-tatting at your door. Oh, where
you bought that candy knowing nobody was coming so that you could munch on it for the next week. Don't you know you could just go get it on clearance tomorrow?
Break the generational chain. That's what it's all about for me. It took 30 years to see that, but why the thing moving on its own? But it's never ever too late. I see that I can be at least as good as I was bad.
Yeah, he's talking about that generational curse.
Yeah,
that comes on you sometimes from usually from your family.
Yeah, and it's passed down to you.
It's passed down to you.
You gotta want to break that.
They didn't do right, and then you don't do right, and then your kids don't do right, and so on and so on. And it takes some work to break away from that.
Yeah. I love you guys also for keeping things fun on here and don't judge other people's collection like other YouTube. No, nobody's gonna judge. Not here because we collect different things.
Whatever makes you happy, man.
And it's your money. Like I always say, it's your money.
Yeah.
Nobody pay your bills but you. I can't come into your house and say, who was that saying that? I think it was John. John J, you got your collection sucks. You don't have great lights. I don't even live at your house. I don't pay your bills. I don't know what your finances are like. As long as you like it, It's all that matters.
Because we've had sand thrown on us about that
Yeah.
before too. It's like, oh, how could you have that collection and not put it in Deltops? Are you gonna buy them for me?
Yeah. Why
You
what
know,
do we need Deltops
Why don't you
for?
have? You should have one guy scolded me for not having track lights in the ceiling with spotlights on everything so that it can be seen better.
Yeah.
Could give me a break.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
Who
what do you want?
cares? Yeah. I hate toy people that virtue signal every video. Yeah. Eternals is terrible. Don't get me wrong. Balancing languages. There are about 10 Spanish speaking people here.
Okay.
Robert, I love that. Okay. Let's see. I think we all got caught up.
Uh-huh.
Like I told my wife, the true collectors will stick around. The fake ones will fade away when the fad of Funko NECA goes away. But the ones who really like them will stick around and keep collecting. That's true.
The original Funko fanatics are all gone.
Yeah.
Because the guy who's in charge now ran them off. Because Funko was originally bobbleheads.
Mm-hmm.
And when Pop started making money, he shut all that down. He said he wanted to get rid of the original fan base and start something new. And so the original Funko collectors who were into the bobbleheads back in the day are all just history. They're gone.
Yeah. Kaiser said something that's kind of interesting. It's more socially acceptable nowadays to collect toys too.
Yeah, because it became a fad for a lot of people.
Yeah.
And so they you know,
But I
look,
wonder.
I'm down. I have toys too, bro.
But you wonder about some collectors. You watch the YouTube channel and the way they talk about it with no like enthusiasm or passion or knowledge about the character. So then you wonder, you're collecting. You know?
Yeah, why are you doing it? Are you
Yeah.
doing it because you're just a famous YouTuber? Are you doing it because you think they're worth something or worth a lot of money? Stuff like that.
Yeah.
Oh, Gilgamesh.
Gilgamesh say, hey.
Jose De La Cruz is
Hey,
here.
Jose.
Welcome aboard.
Okay.
You missed the trivia contest.
Yeah. Come
Yeah,
on,
James.
3-0, Cobra Commander.
James says there's no wrong way to collect. Yeah, because it's your own personal interest.
Yeah, it is. And however you want to
Yeah.
display it or whatever is financially good for you, the way you display it, if you just want to keep it in the box, you possess it. And that's what I keep telling David all the time when he wants to buy something. But then he say, where am I going to put it? You possess it. That's all that matters.
She tells me that.
Truth. It's the truth. The advantage he would have over somebody else. He'll say, oh, I have every Meagle on earth, and then somebody else, yeah, but you don't have it displayed. Yeah, but he possesses it.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have it displayed. You have none. This person has 10. They possess it. You don't. So
yeah.
That's my attitude. As long as you possess it, you got it in your possession. It might be in a corner. It might be in a box in the basement or in the garage, but you own it. That's all that counts. You own it.
Yeah, James says the Star Wars and Marvel Funkos are still bobbleheads. Technically, I'm talking about the ones that are about this big.
Yeah,
the true,
like the 6, 7
true
inch. I got
bobbleheads.
a couple of those.
The only reason they do that with the Star Wars and the Marvel is because of some kind of licensing issue where they can't make an actual pop out of them. I don't remember exactly the nuances of why that is, but they can't make a true pop with those two franchises, so they made a very mini bobblehead that looks exactly like a pop instead to keep from getting sued, basically. Someone else has the rights to something too similar to that, and they don't want to get into it with them.
Gilgamesh said he just got finished walking with his friend and her kids. Way more people trick-or-treating than he thought.
Okay, good.
I watched Open by Chance and Knickknacks Plastic Planet. Just got back from the outlet mall and got a Tom and Jerry statue. OMG.
Soap Studios?
Oh, I've seen a lot of their...
yeah, they do a bunch of them.
They're nice. I like those.
Robert says he misses the Garfield you hung in the car window. Yeah, they used to do a lot of that stuff. The 4 little suction cups. And you stick it on the side window.
Even the phones. You remember almost every cartoon character had a phone. the Garfield phone where you pick up the hand
I'm
and
a
the eyes
fan
would
of
open.
those character phones too. I like the character
Yeah.
phones.
They had the Mickey Mouse phone. Almost all of the characters had phones. Now you don't really have any characters.
And a lot
that
of toy
people get
phones
into.
too. A lot of toy phones too. Well, you can't do it because they don't even hardly make telephones anymore.
Well,
You
yeah,
know,
that's true.
landlines, they don't
Yeah.
make landline phones
Yeah, because
really
those
anymore.
phones actually worked. They
Yeah.
didn't just have
Some were toys, like the Strawberry Shortcake phone and the Cabbage Patch Kid phone was not a real working phone, but a lot of the other phones did work and were fully functional.
Oh wow, really cinema pet. People could complain about the picture quality or tease me and it would make me not want to post anymore. But I got a new phone recently. So it's fixed now. So what?
Yeah, you know, here's the trick. I bet you if you looked at the profile of any of the people that picked on you, they don't even have a video.
Yeah. They don't have one.
Seriously.
And so what? If the camera quality is not all that good, you know that. You save your money, you get some more, but you keep putting out videos. I mean, the people that like it, likes it, and they're gonna watch it, and they're gonna give you a thumbs up. I mean, you should always try to make yourself better. I'm not saying that.
Yeah,
don't
work on
try
it.
to make yourself better, but don't let people discourage you because somebody's always going to discourage you. And if you stop just because somebody is being discouraging, you'll never do nothing or never do anything.
They did that on purpose. It's not it's not constructive criticism. They're just being a jerk.
No. You know, sometimes you'll get constructive criticism and you can take it and actually implement it. Other times it's just something to knock you down, just to push you back and discourage you. And people will sell off their whole collection because of that, or stop doing something they really like doing because 3 or 4 people who don't mean nothing to nobody had something to say. So treasures are always hidden, aren't they? Collect Wait, oh, my hair's in my eye. Aren't they collect for the public? Is a weird concept to me as it is so personal. I pick up what I love, and that's all that matters. I like my Charlie's Angels and Starsky and Hutch Migos. Good.
Mattel made the Charlie's Angels, unless you're talking about modern ones. Starsky and Hutch was Mego, unless he just means Starsky and Hutch Migos and that Charlie's Angels weren't Mego. Was it Mattel or Hasbro? I think it was Mattel made those.
Mr. Shami. No kids game.
Mr. Shani.
He said that he's totally agree about the video the other day about fading nostalgia. Halloween going away, no kids came by the neighborhood. Yeah. Nowadays, it's all about phone cases.
Yeah, for as long as you have the phone, which probably ain't that long for most people.
Yeah, and then the new iPhone, the latest and the greatest.
Link says you guys buy DVDs or Blu-rays.
DVDs.
We don't have a Blu-ray player.
No. So we buy DVDs.
No.
David just bought a bunch yesterday for 25 cents at
25 cents a piece at a yard sale. I got a couple of
I was surprised that it was that cheap. Because normally you go to like Goodwill and they want $2.
Oh, he's talking about the new Charlie's Angels from Mego. Okay.
Oh, okay.
I'm thinking, you know, I automatically default to vintage, so I'm thinking of like the original 70s ones.
Yeah. Other people's opinion should not affect your happiness. It shouldn't. People are insecure and find the need to criticize your display unfairly. That's true.
Yeah. Oh, Masters says, just to confess, I'm prepared with 5 kilos of sweets and 2 pinatas. No one came so far. Listen, don't be south of the border and say you have a kilo of anything. Be careful. All right? Because that can be taken in a lot of different ways.
Yeah. Yeah, he got a kilo of sweets. Sure you do. Big Jim figures had those rubber type arms.
Yes, they did.
My dog and Andy has a Ghostbusters costume today. I call her a ghost pupper. She ain't afraid of no ghosts.
See?
Look at her arms. It's all different colors.
That's because his arms need to be washed. So they're a little dirty.
See how the arms are all kind of colors?
That's a Big Jim figure, but their arms had like a rubber skin coating.
Oh, you mashed the back and the arms moved.
Yeah.
I guess.
That's not Jim though, but you know. just for reference.
Mm-hmm.
That's big somebody else. I forget which one that is, actually.
Link said they watched the new Charlie's Angels. It was bad.
The movie?
The movie?
The movies were terrible.
They did like 3 movies, didn't they?
I thought it was 2.
I don't
but
know.
The movies were abysmal. They were horrible.
Thrift stores are getting stupid prices. Also, when to look at Christmas ornaments at Walmart, and they had exclusive ones. Wow. Is everything exclusive now? They got exclusive sodas, I think. I saw a commercial. It was a food item.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say it was soda. And it was exclusive to Walmart. And I'm like, it's soda. Why is that exclusive to a store?
And somebody's going to collect it, and then they're not going to open it.
No.
Oh, by the way, if you collect food containers, it's okay for them to be empty. It still counts as mint. I don't know if you see people with like these old soda bottles. They're like
it's
from the
always
80s,
Coke.
and it still has fluid in it, soda and Coke and Pepsi. And but a real bottle collector will carefully open that, drain it, and then reseal it.
Oh, okay.
So that it's not filled with fluid all the time.
Gilgamesh likes your Inhumanoid background.
Oh yeah, the Inhumanoids.
Yeah.
I love the Inhumanoids series. And that right there is actually a store display. This is the countertop display for the DVDs when not DVDs, for the VHS cassettes when they came out in the 80s.
Melanie said Big Jim had a farmer's tan. We have a Christmas video of my brother pulling the crap out of his Ninja Turtle Stretch Armstrong from 97.
Yeah, Stretch Armstrong has a long history and figures like it. Some of them are quite valuable.
Oh, really?
Yeah. The superhero ones like the Spider-Man and Hulk and stuff, I think the Elastic Hulk, Amigo made those actually. Probably about 10, 12,000 in the box.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
We saw that at a show one time, didn't we? Somebody had one of them Stretch Armstrong figures, something like that, for $12,000-$15,000.
Yeah, it was insane. Master says, LPH, would you like to have the Big Jim Tiger bootleg as it was the example for Battle Cat, or is that going too far for you? Yeah, because the Tiger was a Big Jim Tiger, and
David got that.
They repainted it. No, I don't have that.
Oh,
I don't have.
That's something else.
That's the Marks Tiger, which is a lot bigger than Battle Cat. Actually, the Marks Safari Adventure Series Tiger.
Robert says he don't know much about Big Jim. He was more into $6 Million Man.
That was a very popular series. The Kenner $6 Million Man line made Kenner a lot of money.
Really says, do I collect for the 2003 He-Man? The 200X, I do. I have some.
She's got a bunch.
Yeah, I don't get any more. I had bought a lot, and they were in the lot. And after that, I bought a few more, but I don't collect any more than what I have right now. But I do have a bunch. If you're talking about the 200X figures, yes, I have some. I'm not getting any more, but I have a bunch, nearly all of them. It's like a handful I don't have, but I got close to all of them. So.
Well, Ridley says he's going to watch Ernest Scared Stupid. There's some weird looking goblins in that movie. I remember
that from the Ernest Goes to Camp. The guy Ernest and Vern.
Yeah, there was several.
Oh, really?
He did a whole series of films.
He did
a lot of holiday films.
But
too.
He had a TV show, didn't he?
No, he started off in 7-Eleven commercials.
I remember, but didn't they make a weekly TV show?
I don't think they did.
I think they did. I remember the movies like Ernest Goes to Camp and Ernest Does This and That. But I thought he had a TV show, but maybe not. Wonder who stretches more, Stretch Armstrong or Mr. Fantastic or Plastic Man?
They had a Stretch Plastic Man, didn't they? I don't remember. I think they might have. They did a bunch. They've done so many. They had a Stretch Octopus and all kinds of stuff. Yeah.
Mr. Shami, question for both of you. If money wasn't an issue and you could have an infinite amount or all products available for a specific genre collectible, which would it be? Just pick one.
It would either have to be the original G.I. Joe or the original Star Wars.
I want that Prime One
think.
Studio Swamp Thing statue.
That's not a line of toys.
Mm.
She don't know.
No, that's what I want.
Prime One Studio.
I have to
Swamp
win the
Thing is-
I have to win the lottery
Yeah.
to get that. But that's my my holy grail of collection.
Oh, Gilgamesh says Ernest did have a Saturday morning TV series. I don't remember.
Yeah, I thought so. He had a weekly program.
So did Weird Al Yankovic.
Oh.
He had a live action Saturday
did
morning
he?
show. Yeah.
What, UHF?
No, UHF was a movie,
Oh, okay.
but it was the Weird Al show. It only had one season.
Yeah. Hey, Vern, it's Ernest. Yeah. And he always would look over. They never showed Vern. It was like on what's that, Home Improvement, where Tim would go to the fence and you see the guy eye.
Yeah.
That's what that always remind me of, Ernest and Vern. Because you never saw him. He just saw. Let's see. As I understand, the package got a little bigger for David. There is so many
my
surprises that he can pass on. I've sorted out Radical. What was my force? Now be may the force be with you. Okay. Remember the smash
You're too
up
nice.
derby? Yeah, I know.
I remember the smash up derbies cars. I do remember that. And Edwin says, as a married couple, do you share expenses when collecting?
Nope.
Yes.
We don't.
You've borrowed from me before.
You borrowed money from me.
Or there's something at a show and you're like,
yeah,
David, do you have $200? What?
I'll pay you back, I promise.
Yeah, she promised. And of course, I'll do it.
No, but we don't have a collection, a pool of
we don't
money
pool resources
and say, okay, this is our collection budget. He has his money, but if he needs help buying something, I'll help him out. Or if I need help, we're out in the street and we're out of money, then yeah, we'll help each other out.
Yeah, and there's no obligation. I'm not going to be like 2 weeks later, where's my money at?
I keep a running tab.
She doesn't do it either. If
and
I
then
borrow
I
20,
say, David, and the little list is getting long.
She doesn't really do that.
No.
If I borrow $20 from her or something like that, I'll never hear it again. And vice versa. I might tease her, be like, "Didn't you just borrow $100 from me?"
Yeah.
And be like, "Oh, did I?"
Yeah,
but I don't
I'll pay you back.
I don't really care. Yeah, we don't keep tabs on each other like that. That's a good way to wreck a relationship.
Yeah.
Some people, they take that real seriously. You can't borrow $2 from someone.
I know people like that. Oh my God.
Married couple, been married 10 years. It's like, you owe me $2. Where my $2 at? And they will fight like cats and dogs.
Oh wow. Grinchville says he has a large Ernest talker in the box.
Excellent. Yeah, those pull string talkers, a lot of those were produced by Hasbro and by Matchbox back in the very late 80s and early 90s.
And Robert wants to know what I plan on getting in the future. I don't really have my eye on anything. I mean, I have my little strawberry shortcake collection I'm working on. Yeah, I'm working on that right now, trying to get that up and running. I'm working on stuff that I already have, nothing new. I'm still working on the Masters of the Universe, still working on the Care Bears. They're actually hard to find. They're not expensive when they come up, but they don't come up often.
The Care Bears action figures, not the dolls.
The action figures. And that's about it. But nothing has come out as far as, nothing has been announced that I'm looking for or waiting on. The one thing I am waiting on that doesn't seem like it's going to ever be made is the Joaquin Phoenix a 1/6 scale figure by Hot Toys.
An official one, not a bootleg.
Yeah, I've seen a bootleg by I can't remember the name of the company now, and I've thought about getting it, and I know as soon as I get it, Hot Toys is gonna come out with a figure. So I just hold off on that, and maybe one day I might get something. So, but nothing like specific, nothing I'm holding out for right now.
Kaiser said his brother's like that with money.
I know some people like that with money.
Yeah.
Boy, it's best just not to borrow. You rather walk instead of borrowing some gas money. I just bought one figure during Wednesday. Yesterday, I bought a Pokemon movie. Just the stuff I really want to buy. Yep.
And who was it? Gilgamesh says he recently showed a friend of his collection. Hadn't been in his house for a while, and he says you have an addiction.
Yeah.
There's worse things you could be addicted to.
I know you can be addicted to drugs.
Yeah, I know. Then you wouldn't have nothing.
Or you can be addicted to kids, and then you'll be in prison.
This kind of talker. Only, of course, that's Freddy Krueger talker, and this is for Matchbox.
Oh yeah, the Jada toys. You got me on that Christine, and I'm still looking at it, but the price, I've never spent that much on a car, and I'm just like it needs to come down, but it still hovers at $80, and I'm like, I don't want to get that for $80. And then that black car, the black one, that's way more than what I wanted.
Yeah.
So those two I do want, and I watch it. It's in my eBay watch list, so I always look at it to see if it goes down. Hope you do a Mayfex Batman. If it ever comes out,
if it ever gets released,
it's probably sitting in the Pacific Ocean on one of those ships, along with a lot of other stuff. When was the last time you sat in awe at your collection?
We're down here almost every day, actually. And we just hang out. We got a record player. We listen to old vinyl, and we talk and hang out and move things around.
Yeah.
Melody wants to know, are family members supportive of your collecting, or do they talk crap about it? If they talk crap about it, I don't hear it.
Yeah, if they talk crap about it, they don't say it to us. My mom, she always got that look like, oh, okay, like she want to say something but don't know what to say.
Oh well.
But she can't really say much because she kind of almost a hoarder herself. So, but they can say what they want. They don't live here, and they don't pay our bills.
Kaiser, that's not a bad idea. That's what we ought to start calling these talks. He says the AA toy collection meeting. We should call this Action Figures Anonymous, and bill this as the official Action Figures Anonymous support group.
Yeah, Ron says he's done the drug addiction. No fun.
No, I bet it isn't.
Yeah, I have family members who were like that, and it was no fun living with them through that. They've overcome and what got past it, but you still had to live through that point in their life.
1980s or Us says that Freddy takes up a lot of shelf space. Yeah, they all do, because there's a whole series of these. Like the one guy was saying, he's got the Talking Ernest. They did Pee Wee Herman. They did Ed Grimley. It was a popular thing in the very late 80s, early 90s. They had a Talking Where's Waldo. All sorts of pull string talkers like this, and they are true pull strings. They're not electronic. And they do work still. I mean, who wants to hear Freddy?
Oh, boy.
I'll pull the string. I'll let people hear it if they want to hear it.
Okay.
Ridley says her mother thinks that she's wasting money on Blu-rays. Yes, Mom, I'll just work, pay my bills, and in 40 years die. It's your money.
Yeah.
If you enjoy it. I mean, we have a huge collection of DVDs because it's the stuff we want to see. We don't like what's on TV. And when it is a show that we like, there's episodes missing, or you can watch a season, but then the other season you have to pay for, and all that other stuff. It's better to just buy it and own it, and you can do whatever you want.
Robert said that Freddy looks terrifying.
Yeah. He looks scarier than the real one with Robert Englund. He's all like little creepy midget Freddy.
Yeah. But most family members, they always get on you and like, why are you spending all your money on that? And then when you die, where the money gonna
When
be?
you could be
So they can
spending
be-
it on what, for example?
Well, they wanted to be there when you die so they can fight amongst it.
Freddie sings. I don't know about that.
Alton Figures Rehab. I tell you, no, no. Oh, really? I'm a guy. Yeah. What did we call you a girl? I'm sorry.
Did we?
That's sorry.
Okay. Well, I mean, we can't tell from the names.
Yeah.
But here,
I
okay.
have a Grail original trilogy indie. Oh, go ahead.
Ready?
Welcome to Elm Street.
Could you hear that?
That's all.
Well, he says other things. Let me move it closer. I don't know if people could hear that. John says he's got to go.
Okay,
John
bye,
Frozak.
John.
Frozak.
Watch out. Freddy's back.
That does not sound like Robert.
It's
Englund.
not Robert Englund's voice, even though his picture's on the box. But it's not his voice. One more. Oh my God. And I have a few of these stashed around. They're cool. They're hard to display though, obviously, because they're so freaking big.
Ron says 12 years, 4 years clean, only because of the grace of God, a fantastic wife, and the little luck I'm alive. The toy collecting helped me a great deal, occupying my downtime. Yeah,
Good.
my brother was
Good.
addicted to drugs, and boy, he had a wake up call. He got in a car accident in 2006 or 7. He ran head on with an 18-wheeler, and man, he had a pickup truck. And when they showed the picture on the news, you didn't know that it was a pickup truck, and that turned his life around. He woke up and he never touched drugs again.
Good. Some people need a kick in the pants.
Yeah,
and that's fine. Some people just do. You know.
Yeah, and before then he was in car accidents, but he always walked away.
Yeah.
Without a scratch. And this time he had that car accident, and he was in the hospital for like 6 months, but he didn't have any broken bones. But he was in the hospital. He developed a lot of issues. But it woke him up, and he never touched drugs again. So, sometimes you need that slap in the face.
Yeah, Kaiser says bootleg voice. Yeah, it is. Oh, Punisher wants to know, when are you going to do your unboxing of the new Big Two Studios Doctor Who figure? That goes up tomorrow, because I've already filmed it, and it turned out to be a lot longer than expected. I was talking about that a little bit earlier, that it ended up being like a half an hour long, because there are a lot of pros and cons. So I did run into some problems with it, but yeah, that's going to be going up tomorrow, probably tomorrow morning, as a matter of fact.
Gilgamesh said his uncle died with hundreds of thousands of dollars in a home that needed fixing up, because he always thought he should just hold on to his money. Taught me to spend, cause you can't take it with you, and that's so true.
I mean, you can't just be willy-nilly with it.
Yeah.
You should be frugal, and you should think about it and know what you're doing and have priorities, but you should also not be a complete miser. You get to enjoy yourself at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, you can't live in squalor, and just because you're going to hold on to money, what are you holding on for?
Yeah.
I mean, if you're not going to, I'm not saying get a mansion, but at least have a nice, comfortable place to live, and eat. You can't, don't just eat ramen noodles because you don't want to spend the money. I knew people that live in a house with no furniture, and it's like, well, how you cannot have furniture? I don't need furniture. You got a house. You have no furniture for people to sit on if they come by.
Yeah, I don't like people.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, Lizzie, Kaiser says people always spend their money on trips, food, etc. They have no right to say anything. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you could say that's a waste. I mean, restaurants. When's the last time people might have a different opinion. I don't remember the last time we had a decent meal at a restaurant when we've eaten out.
Yeah, we have. We went to the we go to that hibachi grill.
The hibachi grill was fine. But I mean, a lot of the typical restaurants that people go to,
like Applebee's, and
they're really not that good.
Yeah,
they're really not that good.
We usually go out to a restaurant when we go to a show.
Yeah, that's usually
After the
when we
show
go.
we'll use it.
Because
But
we don't run around and eat all over the place. So
no,
we're
we
not
go
that kind of
and
people.
cook our own food.
Yeah.
You know, gotta watch that weight.
Lynx want to know is the rare DVD in your collection. I had a couple that are pretty difficult to get. Like I've got the Martian Chronicles and a few others
Really?
that
I
are
don't have any.
that are hard to find.
Nothing in my collection is rare. Everybody got it probably. My wife taught me priorities first. Pay the bills, food, then the rest enjoy responsibly. Yep.
And Robert says, yeah, I've had the Big Chief figures. I've had to kit bash all the bodies.
4, 9, and 10. What does
Yeah,
that mean?
I'm not sure. Of 4, 9, and 10. Oh, maybe he means he's got the other doctors.
Okay.
No, he can't have 4 because Tom Baker's not out yet. But that's what he means.
Ridley says my Blu-ray collecting does come
There it is.
compulsive and addiction like. There's been only a couple times I've ripped off some people to get a better deal, but that's not the person I want to be. Yeah.
Just be
mindful.
mindful.
It's a DVD.
Yeah, just be mindful though. I see what you're saying though. You don't want to swindle anybody.
Yeah.
But it's okay to splurge here and there. Just pay your bills.
Just pay your bills. Yeah. Don't be in debt because you want to get a new statue or action figure.
Oh, 1980s wants to know what I think of the Mego Love Boat line. That was a mistake. They in 1979 or 1980.
They didn't redo that.
3 3/4 inch original Migos on the card with the card. Every card was the same picture, and they had a Love Boat play set, which I remember thinking of that in particular because we used to watch Hoarders, and when they were tearing through somebody's garage, there was Mego play sets, including the Love Boat play set, and they just tore them out and threw them in the garbage. They don't even know what it was. But it's a goofy series. It was a mistake on the part of Mego, one of many, because they made a lot of like TV-oriented action figures that at that time people weren't really interested in. Nowadays it would make sense because there's nostalgic people, but back then it made no sense. No 7-year-old kid wanted to play with Love Boat action figures in the late 70s, early 80s. So it's a goofy series, but for nostalgic purposes nowadays, I mean, it's cool. You know, if I came across them cheap enough, I would get them and put them with my other Migos.
David's being modest. He takes his lady out on the town every night. I've seen him just let LPH though.
Arm candy.
Yeah. I'm guilty.
Oh, yeah, Robert. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, the Tom Baker, the first version. Okay.
Oh.
But yeah, his the sculpt on that John Pertwee is fantastic. The sculpt and the detail on the head and the hands and the costuming is really nice looking. But there's a lot of wonky problems, particularly with the body. But you'll see all that when I do the unboxing. It took 2 of us to get his jacket off.
Yeah.
With literally the 2 of us with our fingers in there and a pair of tweezers to open up the buttons on his jacket. It was ridiculous.
The house, the car I already got, but it does not bring me joy.
No, and that's like Keeping Up with the Joneses type stuff anyways. And that's, if you notice older commercials, like I put up vintage commercials on this channel a lot, but older car commercials told you about the car. Told you about the nuances of the car. Oh, we got these kind of seats, we got air conditioning, it gets X miles to the gallon, stuff like that. Nowadays, it's all about, yeah, you could be the first person in your neighborhood to have shitmobile. And, show off, stop being jealous of your neighbor. And it's all like I said, Keeping Up with the Joneses type stuff nowadays, where you're supposed to feel somehow superior to someone that you don't know and don't like, who doesn't like you either, by having something more than presumably they do somehow. Who cares? Who the hell cares? It doesn't make any sense.
Because that's what society wants. They want you to pretend like you care about other people's thoughts and feelings, and that you need to live up to some kind of you need to live this lifestyle that you don't even agree with.
Yeah.
And it's just ridiculous.
Kaiser says at a certain point, collecting won't give you enough joy. In my opinion, you need quality people in your life. That's true.
Yeah, you do.
That's
quality people, they're hard to find, but they are out there.
Yeah.
They are out there, and you do need to have positive, quality people in your life. And honest people that are honest, that'll tell you the truth.
Yeah.
In a way
Even
that
if you
is
don't like
productive. Yeah, in a way that's productive.
Mhm.
Because sometimes you got to tell a person something and it might come out bad, but it's something they need to know. But you got to know how to say it, and they
Yeah.
got to be able to receive it.
And where are we here? Oh, Ridley wants to know if I have any Sid and Marty or Land of the Lost figures and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, somebody sent us some.
Yeah, it
You
was a
got
gift
4.
actually. Somebody sent
I
it
don't
as
remember
a
who.
gift to the channel, and it's the Croft Superstars figures from Living Toys that were released in 2000. They're almost technically vintage now,
Mm-hmm.
and it's
That's 21 years ago.
like these. Yeah, I know, huh?
Yeah, so technically it is, I guess.
So yeah, these were a gift from a viewer. They sent the whole set.
It's 4.
Yeah, there's only 4, but that's the whole set, and I was just blown away because this is I had this set, and it was one of the figure sets that was stolen from me, so I was happy to have that back. I also used to have the original hand puppets that were done in the 70s of the characters from HR Puff and stuff, like Witchy Poo and stuff like that. I don't have those anymore. Those were also taken.
Gilgamesh, quality people are very hard to find. At least they have been for me. People can hide their true selves very well for a long time. That is true. The Game Boy Advance is considered vintage now.
Yeah, it is. It's old enough. That's crazy to think of.
Mm-hmm.
Joey says I even feed pigeons. First, I fed one before I knew it. I had 40 coming every day to my yard. We got some rock doves that come to the yard. She loves feeding the birds.
We feed birds. I put up a bird feeder just to see, and man, that thing was like Grand Central Station. It was so many birds.
Yeah.
So we bought more bird feeders and a little pole you put it on so you can put up a bunch. And the birds come all year long. The hummingbirds come when they're around.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that brings us joy. We put it at the window so we can sit and watch them.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll come all day long. The cats
plus
sit and stare
the
at
stray
them.
cats, they don't bother the birds.
Yeah.
Because we have that whole family that's living on our back porch now. The cat, because we have the two that are in the house are strays, but we have 4 more on the porch.
Yeah.
But they are all related. I've told that story. I'll tell the story again if nobody knows it, of how that happened. That I ended up with 4 on the porch. But Gilgamesh says quality people are very hard to find. At least they have been for me. People can hide their true selves very well. Oh, did you?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I was going to read Ron Stewart.
I'm sorry.
I had thousands in baseball cards, Mantle, Klein, and Ross rookie cards.
Rose, yeah.
Rose rookie cards. Had a party at my parents' house. The whole set got stolen.
Wow.
Along with my 63 Hofner Beatles bass guitar.
That's terrible.
That hurt.
Yeah, I've talked about. We did a whole video on it once because a lot of people were asking. I basically had a collection that's almost 10 times what you see in this museum room, stolen by my ex many years ago. Stuff that I can never replace, especially since prices have gone up so much. I mean, back when I was collecting originally, you could get a 12-back Luke Skywalker unpunched mint on the card, 1978 for like $75. It was no big deal back then, but now it's like I couldn't afford that now.
My wife spent $346 on some rare Barbie dolls, but she bought a first edition of the Falcon Plus Power Fist, so we're good.
Okay.
I have 3 bird feeders. I love cardinals.
Yeah, we get a lot of cardinals.
We get a ton of cardinals, the finches, and the blue jays. I love the blue jays, but they're too big for the bird feeder.
Oh, this custom comic shop just
Hey,
joining
custom
us.
comic shop. So, things like that, they seem small, but you enjoy it. You sit there, you watch the birds. They don't want anything from you, they don't give you anything, but you can feed them, and just watching them, brings you a little bit of happiness and joy. It just shows you, it's things out there that can bring a little light to your life.
Yeah. Stone Sour wants to know, did she sell the stuff or still has it? She was selling it on eBay while we were in court, and the judge didn't do anything about it. Ordered her to return my property, but they never enforced it.
Yeah, he did a video on
Yeah, I
that.
did a whole video on that. I think the title is like when your collection is stolen or
Yeah.
something like that.
It's
And
on the channel
and
somewhere.
I just rattled off a bunch of the toy lines that I had, because I had everything except for Tri-Logo cards, but everything made Star Wars Empire and Jedi all sealed. I had the complete Thundercats, LJN line, mint on the card, mint in box. I could go on and on and on. Stuff I can't replace.
Joseph Grundy says he's the one that sent that Marty Croft, and also the
go.
Macho Man.
That's right.
I have a whole display of the
sent her
Macho
the
Man.
Macho Man, and we really do appreciate that a lot. And they're sitting on the wall right here.
Mm-hmm.
They're sitting on the wall right
and the
here.
Macho Man is in the stairwell, is a little like platform thing, and I got a little display there, and it fits in nicely. So I like that.
Yeah, and that meant a lot to me too, because like I was saying, that was in my the collection that was
got
stolen. Yeah,
Golly.
that was those Toy Island Croft Superstars figures were in that pile, if you will.
Kaiser said, "Don't get dating advice from YouTube." That's true. As much as I love collecting, I'd give it up. I'll give it all up, and if I had to, the best part of collecting is there's always more to collect. Yeah, it's always more, but
Well,
I
you know,
don't
it's
know if
like
I would give it up though.
it's like a chain, because I have stuff that I didn't even know existed in childhood. Because sometimes you can collect something and then you stumble over a toy line
Mhm.
that you didn't even know existed. And because you're into that genre anyways, you're like, wow, you know what? It'd be cool to have that too.
Mhm.
And then, you branch off. And it's like that. It's like that with toys. It's like that with vintage comic books. You can link that into a lot of genres.
Mhm.
Kaiser says, I just hope that I find a partner that respects my collecting hobby and doesn't look at me like I'm on drugs. They're out there.
They're out there, but
They're out there.
but if they don't collect it if they don't accept it while you're dating, they're not going to accept it when you get
You can't
married.
change them.
Yeah, don't try.
Yeah, don't get into a relationship thinking you're going to, or thinking that you're going to change the person. If you can't accept them as they are and they can't accept you as you are, you're going to have problems eventually. I never wanted to change anything about LPH. She probably wanted to change me.
I did. But then I realized, that I didn't need to. I needed to change myself, because the issues I had with him was minor, but they were issues that were with me. So
and there's always something little.
Yeah, and I changed me.
You'll find that they really don't matter.
Yeah, they really didn't.
As long as it's not like a deal breaker kind of thing.
Yeah.
The small stuff, it really doesn't matter. And that's why I figured that out sooner.
Yeah.
Because of after my big blowout with my last ex, I didn't date for like almost 3 years, because I figured, okay, you know what? I've had 2 bad exes, and what's my problem? Because I picked them. No matter how bad they were, I picked them. That's number one. And number two, I kept trying to fix something I couldn't fix.
Yeah.
I was putting Band-Aids on bullet wounds.
Yeah.
Instead of saying, okay, I need to stop, I kept trying to fix something I could not fix. And that was my problem. And I needed to not get into a relationship long enough to do the soul searching that I needed.
And it goes back to what we talked about earlier, with people always going on about how they want to change the world. You can't. You have to change yourself. So don't waste your time trying to change your spouse. Change yourself. Change your attitude. Figure out what the problem is and why it's a problem for you. And talk to the person about it. Tell them, hey, this bothers me. talk about it, or sometimes it's just you being a a little butthole or something like that.
And no secrets. And that was a big thing for me at the
Yeah.
beginning of the relationship too. Is I just say, hey, listen, you think I'm weird, but I'm gonna lay it all out because I don't want anyone
Yeah.
ever to come behind me and tell you something you don't already know,
Yeah.
no matter how bad it is.
Mm-hmm.
She knew everything.
Yeah,
I
and I
told her
told him
everything.
everything
hmm
because you always see like when a person is running for political office, then all of this big secret comes out and nobody ever knew, the spouse never knew. And
Yeah.
it's like, no, that's never going to happen. If somebody comes to you, you're not going to be shocked and amazed. You're
Yeah.
just going to be like, I knew that already. And you can tell them the details, you know. And Socrates is saying that I was asking how we met. We told that story before. We met on the internet dating site.
Yeah.
And we
Of
had
all things.
we had a long distance relationship, but we would go once a month to see each other.
hmm
Until we got married some years after that.
Yeah. Because we've been married 9 years, but we've known each other for 11.
Mm-hmm. Ridley said, "Me and my ex were Blu-ray and Bliss instead of Netflix and chill." Oh, okay. Yeah, figures out.
Occam's razor, where have you been?
Hey, how you doing? I'm kind of like you then, David. I've had bad relationships
Mhm.
and I now question myself. I'm not dating now, and honestly, I'm fine on my own. I have my life, my animals, and my headaches. Yeah. You gotta take a break sometime.
Yeah.
He took a break. I took a break.
And people don't believe me. And
Mhm.
it's, they're like, you did not date for and it's like, yeah, I really didn't. I did not get into any kind of a relationship for like a dating style relationship or anything for nearly 3 years.
Yeah, me
Because
too.
I wanted to get my head straight.
Yeah, and cleanse yourself out from all of that baggage and stuff. As much of it as you can. I mean, you're not going to get rid of it 100%, but enough to purge yourself somewhat.
Yeah, and who is it? Oh, Occam's was asking a question. He says, thoughts about the HasLab Sky Striker. I just want the Scarlet figure. Well, I'm thinking about getting
I
it.
hope he does.
And people are real excited because they got the O-ring rights back. But I predicted that, and I talked about that in the weekly roundup video because I was like, they put those figures out, and it's supposed to be retro, but they're not really retro. They're just repaints of the anniversary figures, and everybody was mad. And I was like, give them a year or two, they'll get those O-rings. Guess what? Now it's O-rings.
Bye, Socrates.
Oh no,
you gotta go do man duties.
Oh well.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for popping in. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
But if you only want that figure, I can guarantee you, first of all, they'll hit every level. All 4 of those levels are going to get hit because they're probably going to end up with like 30,000 backers. Okay. At the last minute, they'll all jump in.
Mm-hmm.
And there are plenty of people, more than half of the people buying them, they're just taking them to eBay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they're gonna break them apart. Most of them are
and they're gonna pull.
them
They're
up.
gonna pull that apart, and they're either gonna sell it. A few of them will sell it as a set, but the majority of them are probably gonna tear it apart. Oh, here's this figure set. Here's the Scarlet. Here's the Pit Crew set, and they're gonna take it apart and sell it bit by bit. So you'll be able to find it aftermarket if you're only after that particular figure. I'm sure.
Hold on, it was 2 I wanted to read. Okay, starting with Gilgamesh, just start there. The best thing that came out of my ex is the dog I have now. It was hers, and she left it with me when she left. That pup is the best thing I've ever gotten from her. Ridley said, I find it easier to tell friends about my dark past because it was so long ago, and I have an inquired humor. So it does.
Okay.
Oh, acquired humor. I guess that's supposed to say. And it doesn't take long to know whether or not I'm well out if we'll get along. Ron says, I only needed one ex to learn from. We're friends now, thank God. But I remember getting a text saying she threw my dolls away. It was my first edition Sideshow 6-scale horror. Socrates, I apologize. Oh yeah, okay, we read that. He left. Okay, Robert says he's 50, doing doing with a 20-year-old. That'll happen. Okay. Not to be nosy, I'm doing the long distance relationship thing. It's working well. How long did you guys travel before living together? We didn't live together until we
No,
got
we
married.
didn't do we didn't play house.
No, I was totally 100% against that.
I think that's one of the mistakes also that I made,
And this
that
is
a lot
just
of people
our
made.
opinion
Yeah,
now. This is our opinion.
I think that was a mistake that I made, was the whole
Yeah.
playing house. And let's see, because when people do that, what they're saying is, let me test the water to see if I
Yeah.
like you for real or not.
Mhm.
And that leaves that door a lot more open probably than it should be, because you're not, in my opinion, not taking it 100% seriously.
And it also complicates things even more, because once you start living together, now you're common law. You might buy a house together, a car together, furniture together, and then you got to go to court to separate all of that stuff, and it's like getting a divorce. But we dated what, two years or something?
Almost. I mean, like I said, we knew each other
Yeah,
for
but
2 years
we
before we got
traveled back
married.
and forth those 2 years.
I forget how long we were engaged though.
Yeah, but whatever. We traveled back and forth that time, and then we got married, and then we moved in together, and that's how that went. Let's see. Do you collect steel book Blu-rays?
No, we don't
we
have
don't
any of
collect
those.
Blu-rays at all.
Ridley says, if you had a time machine and could go to your childhood toy store, what would you get?
I didn't have a childhood toy store, so nothing.
I just want to go back to KB in its prime and get some of those. Get my mostly Playmate stuff, right? The Exo Squad. I loved that Exo Squad line. I want it back.
Mm-hmm.
The Earthworm Jim line. I want it back. All the Toy Biz stuff that I had. There was a lot of things that I used to get from all the Power of the Force,
Mm-hmm.
Return of the Jedi, and Power of the Force action figures. I think almost all of them I got from KB on like clearance. So that would be great.
Yeah, there were no toy stores where I grew up, so I don't have one to go back to.
Alchemist Razor says, problem with that is the Scarlet will probably be $100.
Probably.
Well, then what I would recommend is, if you really want it, buy it. Like I said, I can pretty much guarantee they're going to get 2-3 times as many backers as they actually need. You're going to get the Scarlet, then keep the Scarlet and sell the rest and recover your money, because you'll probably make a lot more than what you paid back.
Yeah.
Say, oh, this is the complete package minus Scarlet. Somebody will buy that, and they'll probably pay 2-3 times what the $230 easily, because that's the going rate. I mean, the aftermarket on that Hasbro Pulse crowdfunded stuff is going anywhere from 2 to 4 times the original retail.
Thinking back to places like KB, I didn't realize how spoiled I was at the time. That place was so stocked with things.
It was. KB was, in my opinion, KB was the best one.
Mm-hmm. Like I always said, it was. I lived in a small town, so there were no toy stores. I mean, you had Walmart and Kmart, and that was it. But no, like KB or Child's World and Toys R Us, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and then Robert says that we should have our own Love Advice YouTube channel.
No,
there's too many of those already.
I know.
There's way too many of those already, and we're closing in on the 3-hour mark.
Ooh, the 3 hour mark.
Yeah, so we should probably start wrapping things up.
Yay!
Start wrapping things up. We got some things to do. Yeah, Kaiser liked KB. I think it was the best one. The best true toy store out of the pile.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But yeah, we should probably get cracking and wrap things up. Occam said 3 hours. Man, did I show up late? Yeah, yeah, yeah. You did. I'm surprised it goes on that long, but you get the conversation going, and people come in, and you get to chat and share your thoughts. So that's all right. Ron says him and his wife have been married for 16 years. They were friends since 6th grade.
Oh, good.
But never dated, just friends. And you got to be a friend. This is my best friend right here, and that's important.
Yeah.
And Dama says, great stream, great way to spend Halloween. Well, I'm glad that that you were all able to join us.
Yep.
Thanks for stopping by. Again, the John Pertwee unboxing, Third Doctor unboxing goes up tomorrow morning. And then probably Tuesday, another installment of the Star Wars journey is going up. And then we will see what else we do from there.
Okay.
So thanks for joining us. And we'll do this again sometime.
Yay.